Wade, could you please stop pressing my buttons?
Or just press this one button.
Oh,
Okay, can I just press that one button? Oh, actually, I learned that button at the tail end of season 1, didn't we?
We learned a lot of buttons. Tail end of season. Oh, come on. There's way too many puns in there.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dark Sun, Season 3, Week 2. That's what we're at. We're back. This will be the last episode ever. It's over after that. I'm just kidding. This will be the last episode.
I was like, wait.
I was like, wait,
did I forget something?
This will be the
I'm
last.
really tired right now. So you got me.
Hey, dude, I'm a mess too. I'm such a mess.
You.
No, this will be the last episode with just the 2 players. We should have a third when the next episode happens. We're not going to spoil who it is yet because we still have some kinks to work out with character creation. But overall,
that might be a clue. It's probably not.
It's I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
No, but if you want it to be,
to be fair, but could be, I guess.
We'll be adding another player to this campaign, possibly 2, over the course of the next month or so. So be excited. However,
possibly 7. You never know. Never know.
A good number. 7 is a good number.
7 players. Though, so you're talking about 7 additional on top of me and Wade?
So 9 players and a DM.
9 players and a DM.
Yeah, I went to a friend's stream earlier and they greeted me instead of saying, "Oh, it's Wade, Minion 77." They went, "Wait, it's Minion, or wait, that's not Minion 7."
Minion 7. That's great.
Minion 7.
That's great. The most I think I've ever DM'd for is 5. 6. 6 was the highest and only once.
How many does Critical Role do? It's like 8, isn't it?
I think they normally have 6 and they go up to 8 or 9 pretty regularly within an out guess. What's the most you've ever DM'd, Scott?
17.
By yourself?
Yes. But then I took on another DM. But if you're not talking about me being the founder of Dungeons and Dragons Club and making fun of for it, then I want to say 9 or so.
God, man. That's so much.
Yeah, I want to say 9 for a campaign that lasted for a little while. You were a part of it yourself, so it lasted 3 sessions or
if I was part of it, and I don't remember
there was one that you were a part of that lasted for a while because it was Miguel, Kim, you, she who will not be named, Dave, John, Brandy.
Is that the one I started DMing and gave to you?
The first incarnation was me as DM. The second incarnation was you as DM. The third incarnation was me taking over.
So okay. It's that messy start to what eventually became like a 3 to 4 year campaign between 3 players and you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who the other person was because I'm almost positive somebody else. So maybe that one was only 7.
Well,
be who should be named.
Wait, well, with the one who should not be named, mine or yours?
Yours. Mine wasn't a part of that one.
Yes, she was.
Oh, damn it. Then 8. It was the 8th one. Which one of mine was that?
Pixie. She played Pixie. She was high energy.
Gotcha.
Very, very high energy.
Gotcha. I'll name her. I don't care. Her name is Deanna.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to.
Yeah. No, I don't care.
If you're watching right now, you just got called.
And I don't care either.
No. I was friends. I've remained friends with every single solitary one of my exes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We got breaking news. Breaking news bulletin. Breaking news bulletin. Deanna, if you're out there, for you.
There you go. Well,
that was the thing.
Yeah. All right.
Myself.
But I don't think that was the biggest either. I think that was just that one.
That was the biggest I probably was ever a part of in any capacity.
No, that's not true. My bachelor party was the biggest you were a part of.
Didn't I not play in your bachelor party one? I was there.
You played. You rolled dice. You weren't playing. You were being Mike about it. You're like, yeah, I'm here because I'm supposed to be. But I'm not gonna have fun.
I don't think so. I think that was a birthday one.
No, my bachelor party.
I know you had one, but I think I came the night after you played. I don't think I played your bachelor party D&D game. I don't think Keith did. I don't think I did.
Why you became She Who Must Not Be Named.
I came the night after. We went for a walk on the streets. We lost you at one point
No, that was the night before. Because my bachelor party was nighttime. It was catered, kegs.
Did I leave the next morning then? Because I really don't remember playing it at all.
But the next morning we played Pathfinder Kingmaker, the actual like module. My little brother DM'd it in IPC because it was like the whole idea was like, that's a PC game.
Yeah, the reason you remember me only rolling dice because I fucking pieced after like an hour. I was like, I'm out.
Oh, that's right, because you don't like Eric DMing.
Yeah, I was like, this is so boring.
We have more breaking news. We are live right now in front of an audience here.
Yeah, they get to hear some war stories, man. All right, go ahead, Scott. We'll hand it off to you.
Don't say that phrase. It's a point of contention for some people.
I know. Mathis, you were drunk? Yeah, okay. I was not drunk. I promise.
No. I can give you those stories.
There's only 2 of them.
Was.
And one of them, Scott swears up and down. He was carrying me to the guiding me to the bathroom, and I remember doing it all by myself.
Poor Wade's being ignored.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's because he's in the bottom corner of the stream.
Yeah.
I've been the third wheel of year 2's love fest for a long time.
Well, it's because me and Scott have 18 years of history.
Molly is me most of the time here in Cincinnati because she moved down. So whenever we go out with friends, it's my friend and I talking the whole time, and her I've got nothing to say.
All right.
You shouldn't.
Scott, we'll hand it off to you. Feel free to recap the premiere episode for us, and then we will continue.
Molly's gonna punch me in the face in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna punch you in the face for 2 weeks. All this fucking Trini bullshit everywhere.
What? No. What? No. What?
No.
It was Mike. Mike did it.
Yeah.
I did it in 1 game, and that was because you made a decision to have a drunken night with some farm girl.
Yeah, I didn't know she was gonna join the ship.
All right. Let's actually get to the game. What do you say?
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. Sorry. All of us are really tired because we've all had long days. I actually had to work today instead of Daddy Day and whatnot. So we're all just
I'm also personally, I'm training. I'm going to a tournament next Thursday.
Can I play a droid tonight?
No.
No.
All right. Wade, you die. So
I'm gonna go take a nap.
We all just get up and go nap. Leave the stream on, but nobody here.
There you go. That's the best tabletop stream ever. All right. So last session, short version. Let's sum this up quickly for you. You were traveling through the desert for a couple of months. Finally, decided to approach the nearby, the closest city states to where you were. You went to the city state, found out there were tons of corpses hanging from crosses, thousands of corpses hanging from crosses, leading over to where that city state was. There, you were like, let's just get out of here as quickly as we can. We hate this place. Everybody's forced to look the same. And the way they look is dumb. The name of that city state being Uruk. But then you were told there's an opportunity for you to make money while you're waiting to leave again, and fame, glory, cash. So you follow this job, which brings you to the city to the north, which is Mekla. Going there to the north, you find that there's mines, an obsidian mine that exists up there over nearby an active volcano. It's actually called the Smoking Crown, so it's an active volcano. It just doesn't, it has not erupted in who knows how long, but it is obviously active. You go there and, okay, fine, let's go and find out what's the matter with these mines. Apparently the miners inside there are being harmed. They're not able to mine anything coming out of it. You try to find a little bit of information from the mayor of the ruler of this region, and she is not helpful at all. So very much, you were told kind of like, you got to grease the wheel for her to want to help you out. And you guys are just like, dude, we're here to help you. And she's like, yeah. And you're like, fine. And so you decide to just go into the mines themselves. That's literally where we left off last session, was you guys starting to go into the mines, realizing how narrow, how tight that those mines were. It's one of those things where literally Mortifer is elbows and knees crawling through the mines as best as he can, trying to make his way through.
This is the only time you'll find Mortifer in this compromising position. Mortifer had a lot to drink before we came in. Dr. Pepper, not sponsored. Could be. Call us.
Sure.
This isn't my show. I wouldn't make any money anyway, but call them, I guess. as you were.
Okay, so you guys are in the tight spaces trying to make your way into the area. So as you're making your way into the area, I suppose it would be you walking first, Mike.
Well, we talked to the woman about the mines. We walked into the mines.
Correct.
Why would I go first into the mines?
Because Wade's on his hands and knees crawling.
Shrink, buddy? Can you not?
I don't think I ever took anything to shrink. You gave me a potion that made me shrink. That's how I shrunk the one time.
I'm trying to think.
You have there's technically a spell, a power called compression. You just never chose to.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. You don't have it though.
Yeah, I don't have that. You gave me a potion when we were in that town.
That was probably something I picked up off somebody. All right. I mean, I guess I'm going first. Then you're right.
Do not worry, Jack. Mortifer's right behind you.
What if I lube him up with like an oil? Slip you right through the tight crack.
Nothing like lubing up and slipping through. Let's do it.
I don't really know if I could actually. I'm just trying to see, like, is it basically he's reduced to, like, half speed, Scott?
Yeah. You treat each square as 2 squares, so meaning
Okay.
half speed, rough terrain, whatever you want to call it. But beyond that, you also technically take a -4 penalty to attack rolls, -4 penalty to AC, and that's assuming you're using like just a typical weapon. If you're using a huge swinging weapon, it might literally be impossible for you to use a huge swinging weapon. A small swinging weapon might be fine. Your best bet being a thrusting weapon.
What if I just expand and blow up the cave?
We can try to expand and see what happens.
Never mind. Whenever you agree with me, I know it's bad news.
Likely, you'll just be confined by the cave. You'll stop where the cave ceiling is.
I definitely don't have anything that shrinks me.
It's like the Iron Man, not the Iron Man. It's like the Ant-Man and Thanos' butthole theory. It wouldn't actually work because he would be confined by the ass once he's inside.
I don't know this theory. Let's not go down this rabbit hole.
The idea is like,
what do you do on your podcast?
No, the idea is that like Ant-Man gets small, climbs up.
I get it. I can do math.
I'm just saying.
No, I just never heard of it, and I'm happy with that. Moving on. In there, you're walking first. You're walking through the mine. You start walking through the area. Does your character have dark vision? Now that you've been upgraded?
I don't think so.
Upgrade complete.
I never wrote down dark vision because it was never on the list of things I got.
Okay, so then you're walking through the mines, and of course they get.
I think, don't I?
Yes, I believe so. At least double check.
I do have dark vision.
It's getting incredibly dark inside there, and then even if light could have pierced through a little bit further, it's completely sealed off by the wideness of Mortifer's derriere in the tunnel behind you. So you're going to have to make lights to continue moving forward. So torch, lantern, spell. How is it that you do that there?
I mean, it would have to be a torch or a lantern. I don't really have a spell that generates light.
Okay, so mundane means you are going to light up a torch and continue walking forward. And you do so. You continue getting forward, and points in time, there are literally spots where it's even a little tight for you, and Mortifer literally spends, 30 seconds or so sucking it in and grabbing and ripping himself through these tiny little... It's one of those, you really hope you don't have to get out of this place quickly because you don't think that you're going to be able to. At this point, I have to ask, Mathis, would Jack go ahead and scout ahead of where Mortifer is? Would Jack try to...
No, we wouldn't, because right now we don't know what we're walking into. The only information we even have is that people are catching a disease and turning into obsidian. No, I'm not going by myself. This is very dangerous. And I want to make sure I have my bodyguard nearby.
Okay, so you are doing the best you can to obviously you're like walking into an area, turning back, and like standing and waiting as Mortifer makes his way through, and then continuing on for a while.
Mortifer has dark vision, right?
Eventually, they're gonna have to they mined this, right? So it's gonna have to open up eventually.
Eventually, guys come to an area where it does open up a little bit, but still very, very low ceilings. Mortifer has space to stretch his arms out on both sides and not touch either wall, but the ceilings are still so low for him to be comfortable. He's sitting, like full sitting.
Airplane.
And the ceiling is brushing the top of his head with the highest spot that he can find himself sitting in. The area that you find yourself in is actually, mines at the very top of the hills that inevitably come about. You always have like the tracks for the carts that go down into the mines. This is the top of the carts, the top of the tracks. The tracks didn't seem to lead this is the very top of the hills. The tracks, of course, did lead outside the mines beforehand. And as a reminder, these tracks do not have like iron beams or whatever like we do on Earth for these wagons to roll on. They're made out of stone. Everything's like drawn out stone and wood and so on and so forth. But they do have wagons. This is the top of the hill where the wagons would go. It's kind of like a bigger area where they all gather to. Looking about at those wagons, you can see that there is a bit of obsidian even inside of these wagons here that hasn't been fully plucked or taken out. But you don't see anybody else in the area. As you kind of come in here and start taking in the sights, can both of you guys roll me perception checks?
Yeah. 21.
13.
When you rolled at 93, I was like, I wonder if he's also going to get a 21.
Yeah, I was gonna say his
My perception's not that good.
Yeah, because you do have the best.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a plus 10. What are you, plus?
7?
Oh, okay. So you're actually not bad. Not bad. So when you guys go there and you kind of like pulling out, honestly, Mortifer, you're kind of breathing a little laboriously. It's hard to hear over your own breath, and you're a little distracted from it and whatnot. And honestly, the whole place, like, if Mortifer was the type to have fear, which he's literally immune to it now, if I remember correctly. If he was the type to have fear, he would be suffering through some serious degrees of claustrophobia. Who knows how many pounds of earth are above you, or how long it's going to take for you to get out, assuming you actually have the capacity to leave this cave, but you have no doubt in your mind of your capacity to do anything. You're just a bit out of breath. Jack, however, what you do is you can actually hear a bit of conversation coming from down one of the tunnels below. There are 3 tunnels that have wagon tracks going down them, heading off from here. All 3 of them of slightly different size, but generally the same, going down into the regions. One, coming off like if you were to guess north, the north, one going northwest and one going northeast. You guys have come in from more or less the southeast of this chamber.
Can I understand the language? Can I even understand what they're saying at this distance?
At this point in time, you can't understand what they're saying. You just hear voices having conversation down below.
You can't tell what race they are or anything. You just hear the voices.
Correct.
Do I know what direction to go though?
Yep, you do if you wanted to go and try to listen.
Yep, I'll put my hand up and like to Mortifer and just kind of give you the shh sound, like the motion, and I'm gonna give you like stay here, and I'm just gonna go a little bit ahead and see if I can listen.
You don't want me to stealth with you?
No, I actually don't. Not now that I think about it, I'm terrible at stealth as well.
Are you a -8?
But I can go glug invisible, so that's the benefit.
Do you bring the torch with you, or do you leave that behind?
I would bring it. So I'm gonna try to explain this the way I envision how I would do it. All I want to do is get to the point where I can understand them. If I feel like I'm getting really close and I still don't understand or can clearly hear them, I'm going to turn back before the light of the torch gets hopefully too far where they can see it.
Gotcha. As a reminder, torches do what? 20 feet of bright lit radius and then
a bunch of
dim
light.
Beyond that. So if it's around a corner, you should be safe. But obviously, if they're in pure darkness where they are, it could present itself much further on.
I'm just trying to see if I have... If I drink like one of my invisibilities while holding the torch, does that mean the torch
turns invisible,
but the light is still happening?
Yeah,
that's interesting. That could still throw them off because they'd still have a % chance to miss me if they decide to swing, right?
Sure.
I'll wait. Emergency situation.
Throw the torch too.
Yeah, I can. In an emergency situation, I can glug invisibility.
You need a potion of dark vision or something.
Yeah, I need time to set up again, like a place to set up where I can start performing more alchemical production beyond what I can do very quickly.
Yeah. You also need to start adding more spells to your book, really. So
I need to meet people who have them,
Yeah, of course. So you guys, so you're gonna try to sneak ahead. Why don't you roll me that stealth check?
Oh Lord.
Invisibility gives you what, like plus 15 or
well, I'm only using invisibility if I need it. Wow, I nat 20'd it. Okay, well that'll do it.
Right. I think chat's referring to you as Matt. That's funny.
What's happened? Are they talking to me?
Your name's Matt now. No, you're fine. Your name's Matt now. So my apologies. A 23. Oh wait, I just realized the natty 20. What?
Yeah, as I said, nat 20. Hell yeah.
That's sexy. Awesome. So I was reading chat and laughing at the fact that your name came back. So with your natty 20, you actually start sneaking your way down the tunnel and in there doing the best you possibly can, holding the torch, of course, out behind you and getting as close as you can, so you can finally start to make out the words that they're saying. And you can hear the conversation they're having. You traveled a bit of distance to be able to get this. The reason why you heard it all the way up there is because they're speaking loudly and laboriously. They probably were a bit more out of breath before, because they're only slightly out of breath now as you're approaching in here. But they're like, we got away from that thing. I honestly don't know if we did. Yeah, it seemed to always find us. Well, I'm pretty sure we're near the tunnel's beginning, aren't we? Yeah, we are. All right, which tunnel was it that head back the way we came in?
At that point, I'll actually make myself known and kind of wave them out this way.
And so you actually poke your head out and he's like, "Hey."
No, yeah, I'll like the torch is, obviously gonna let them know ahead before I turn the corner and whatnot. But I'll give them like the follow me kind of motion.
Gotcha. And so you do that, and they look at you. You honestly, when you step around the corner, they jump like, ah, oh, who are you?
Back this way if you want out.
You see the people that are in here. They're both actually humans, but like sort of like humans, dirty and whatnot, of course. Neither of them look like they're from the city-state to the south because neither of them have that stupid haircut or anything. And so,
oh fuck, we still look like that, don't we?
You do. And so they start following you back up.
I have them I would ask them like along the way. I'm like on the way back, like what is this thing that you were speaking? I heard you talking about a creature. What does it look like? What is? It might be what we're hunting.
Massive. It was hard to make out what it looks like because it was all dark, and the other one's like, "I'm telling you, it was made out of it." No, that's not even possible.
Made out of obsidian.
And they both kind of like look at you like.
I kind of like give them one like, all right, I figured. We were me and my friend were informed of a disease or something running rampant here and turning people into obsidian. Strangely enough.
Your friend, and they look over, and all of a sudden they see this like
we're on our way back
there. Yeah.
And then there's Mortifer standing this crouching there, I guess, or standing
holy
there.
Hell! How'd he get in here? Another one's like he like almost like pats the guy's like backhand pats the guy's stomach next to him. He had a hard time getting in.
Mortifer does not want to talk about it.
Exits that way. Me and Mortifer are gonna go look for this creature you're talking about. Sounds like what's causing the issues.
Creature? Oh, finally! He like stands up a little too fast and bumps his head.
Listen. If you're going in and fighting that thing, it's well, there wasn't just us that went in this place. There were 11 of us.
Things are less than that number now.
That's the. Jack just looks to Mortifer and then looks back to them. You get out of here. I have him.
They kind of like nod and thanks. Yeah, thanks. And they both turn.
They won't remember me at all. So that's fine with me. They'll remember Mortifer though.
All right. The giant under the mountain.
Did they, when they were describing this creature, did it sound like a bug? Did it sound like just a monster?
So I was actually going to actively like.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
So they said it was very hard to see. It was very large. One of them said, "No, it had these massive horns." And the other one's like, "I don't know if those are horns, but blades." Then they look like blades because it was obsidian, And I kind of going back with the thing was huge, burly. They had arms and legs, but like two of each, like a person. But it was so big, and it had this face with I think a snout, but it was so hard to see. The other one's like its entire body was covered in razors. Like the entire body literally was just razors, knives all over.
As they're describing this, is there any knowledge check we could make to understand what they're talking about?
Unfortunately, it's so vague.
Okay.
So vague.
However, its social security number was 937-45-2666.
Dude, you literally just gave out some real person's social right now, and they're going to sue.
If anyone just guesses 9 digits at random, they're probably going to...
Just saying.
That is John Michaels. That is John Michaels.
If that's a real person, that's really. Oh my god.
No, if that's real,
Deanna, she who must not be named. Deanna, if you're out there right now, I'm so sorry I gave away John's info.
I think she lives in a different state now. My mom is still friends with all of my exes on Facebook.
I deleted my Facebook.
Is that weird? I don't have a Facebook. Yeah, I deleted mine a long time ago. But my mom's friends with all of my exes on Facebook. It's weird. Weird. Explain that one to my wife.
I wouldn't dare try.
Scott's wife, I know you're out there watching right now.
She ain't watching.
I'm explaining it though. You're in trouble, Scott.
She ain't watching. She didn't want to watch it. It was in the other room. She doesn't want to watch when it's online. It's like, yep, my husband's a nerd. Just let him do what he does.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
all right. So
I guess we don't really have a description. We're not really as prepared as we could be. But there's no way to prepare. I could drug you and boost you a little bit at the risk of getting you addicted to it.
Worst case scenario, you just throw your rock thinning potion on it.
Is it okay if I say that to Wade in person in a couple of weeks? Like I could drug you. You know, it's
Only if it's legal where we're going, and it's not.
it's Florida, dude. It's all legal.
I think it's how Florida goes. You into the state, it's like, Ohio welcomes you. Florida, it's all legal.
It's all whatever. All right. At this point, then I'm gonna let Mortifer take the lead because f that. Lead away, Mortifer.
And I can walk through here still.
I'll guide you back to where I came across those two guys. That way, because we know at the very least they're coming from or running from this monster. So it'll at least give us an opportunity to try and follow their tracks or something.
All right, so I'm leading the way.
So leading the way. So like I said, it's much wider in here than it was elsewhere, but it's still very low ceilings. You're still crawling. You know what I mean? Do me a favor. Roll me a intelligence check, Wade.
Okay, sure. Oh boy. Oh wow!
I haven't seen the result yet, and you're already reacting. Nice.
Wow, yeah, that's the Mortifer's feeling smarter than usual today. I see what was wrong with Einstein's calculation, in fact.
No. And so you actually realize if you wanted to make it a little bit quicker, the tunnel that you're going to be going down, if you wanted to, you could take one of those wagons and break off the bucket part. So it's literally just almost like a sled sitting on top of the tracks. And you could sit on that thing and have a controlled ride down rather than crawling down this hill yourself.
Like a sled?
Like a sled.
Mortifer has an idea. We smash everything on our way down, and we ride we'll be coasting down, kind of rolling and coasting. We'll call it a coasty rolly. I'll work on the name.
How about you just show me what you're talking about?
He'll just go smash a wagon and get ready.
Sits on it. Do you pat your lap for Jack to hop on too?
No.
Because you take up the whole seat, so.
I will just hop on excitedly, and he can find a way to squeeze in.
I'll just sit behind you and cling tight.
No. There's no sitting behind. It's that there's only space for. But I suppose Mortifer strong if you could just pick up a cart from another track and put it on this track behind it. So wagon.
There we go. We'll go down dual. We can smash twice as much.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Harry Potter style, hop in your little wagon.
Jack got his smashing done outside the cave. I'm getting mine done inside the cave.
Oh, yay. So you hop on the thing and start riding down the thing. Now this isn't like a wee. Like I mean, you're too big. It's like when you somebody that is clearly it's a little kid slide and you're clearly an adult. And so like no matter how hard you try, you can't go fast because like your butt's too big.
If the slide collapses here, I'm in trouble.
Oh God. And so you're riding down this thing. It's not fast, but it's a lot more comfortable than it would have been beforehand. And so you come sliding down around the corner, down and around the bend, and kind of taking this thing as far as it'll go. The only lights that's being shed is from the torch behind you as Jack is a solid 50, 60 feet behind you. So it's dark where you are. Dark vision sees ahead, and he can see around him just barely. He can't see you because you're out of his field of vision, but he can like hear you up ahead, like you on your tracks, grinding against the stone tracks. So you guys,
I'm going to go ahead and get my temp HP up, just in case I wreck and. Just going to go ahead and call that out here before something horrible happens.
Okay.
I just remember how many points I can use.
I think max at 9 because you're level 7 and because of the double up you can do because of your class feature.
Yeah, so
9 times 5 is 45 HP. Damn. And it lasts for how long?
There's a time limit on that?
Yeah, of course.
The 5 health point one doesn't matter because you can just do that for free.
Well, let me tell you, I've got so much information on Vigor because you put it in here that I have no information on Vigor because you put it in here.
Well, I mean, you can own your own character sheet there.
No. That'd be irresponsible.
Yeah.
I'm a method actor. I'm Mortifer in real life as well. Hence the incredible tone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Uh-huh. Mike, you look more spindly when you do that.
I know, right? I just go.
Boom.
What do you mean not the tone? Molly, go. Don't you have work to do?
Yeah. No,
even your wife.
Oh.
Yeah, especially my wife. I was like, man, I feel a lot better this week. She's like, you went to the gym once, and it was a week ago. I was like, Yeah, but I feel great this week. She's like, you did nothing worth feeling good about yourself for yet. Go back to the gym.
Why do we have you here? Why don't we just have Molly here?
Honestly, seriously, we should just replace me and Wade with Molly and Brett. It would just be that much better of a stream. It really would be. All right. So anyways,
She's telling you to go back to the gym. All right, there's your
I'm
order.
busy right now. I'm working, sweetheart.
Yeah, for all that.
Later.
Did you tell her we don't pay you?
No.
Working.
no.
She thinks I'm making lots of money right now.
Oh God. Go ahead, Scott.
So you guys were riding down the wagon.
We're all very. Do we say we're very tired today, everybody? We're very tired.
You go riding around the corner. Eventually, the thing comes to a stop, and it kind of like screeches to a stop. The whole thing ends up being very anticlimactic. And while you're at the bottom, the thing comes to a stop, and you guys kind of like piling off the thing and gathering your senses of where you are. And honestly, the tunnel just continues stretching ahead and behind. There's no deviations off of this path. It's just gonna keep going. But as you guys like moving your way forward, and it is wide enough down here. It's a bit taller too, so Mortimer can actually walk, but very, very hunched. We're talking like crouched and hunched. It's blasting through his thighs and knees. Like he can really feel this one. His lower back is starting to kill him, but he doesn't at least have to crawl here. He could also literally like kneel board. He put his knees on the actual like cart thing and kind of like whee. Like all you know what I mean, like across that way. So Mortimer is welcome to do that, but that's the path that you're going to continue on.
Sweet.
Why don't you guys roll me perception checks again after you've been traveling for a few more minutes?
My +3, baby.
That's better.
No, not my +3. My +7. 14. Not great.
So it's actually not Jack, but at all, but actually Mortimer. It's one of the times
Makes
where
sense.
Are you like crouch walking? Are you crawling? Or are you like knee gliding?
Whatever would leave me at the best chance of being able to swing my weapon. So probably crouch walking.
All of them will allow you to swing your weapon when you are in combat. I mean,
Yeah, but I feel like if I'm down on all fours, I would definitely just.
Well, you can just stand up. You can just erect yourself at any point in time.
Well, Mortimer can erect himself anytime. You're right, but
Especially when he's on all fours.
So you're crouch walking.
I'll be here.
So you're crouch walking, and you make your way along. Mortimer, what you have? Oh, I want those. Thanks. Oh, I really wish I had some. So you, as you're making your way along, what you end up hearing is, it sounds like a clinking noise up ahead, like almost like a mixture between wind chimes. Your character's never heard those before. I'm just describing it as you, Wade, would understand. A combination between like almost like a metallic, you think, wind chime, not the hollow ones, the solid ones, and like a clinking noise. It comes as well with almost like a scraping thud. The whole thing feels melodic.
Is it kind of like the sound of like let's say one of the, while you're in the arena and they have like the cranking doors? Would it sound like a cranking kind of clink, or a different kind of like
no
kind of clink?
What was that?
Or like a tea party kind of clink?
More like a tea party kind of clink.
Okay.
Like a lot more like a tea party kind of clink. Mm-hmm. But you definitely hear this. You hear this coming down the way.
Jack, what is this noise?
I don't hear anything. You're also ahead of me by like 60 feet.
Mortimer hears a.
Does Mortimer shout back, Jack, what's this noise? Because I'm like way behind you.
You're still way behind me at this point?
I imagine so.
No, you're fine.
Oh, am I up close?
Yeah, he's crouch walking. He's moving slowly.
I don't hear. Then I just shake my head.
He's still treating it as rough terrain. Once he points it out to you,
can I get
a modifier? You actually, I actually like, what's that noise? Like, I don't hear it. No, you do. It's very faint. Very faint. You do hear it.
I assume I don't recognize it either, though.
No, you do not.
Yeah. Then Jack would simply shake his head and be like, I don't know, big guy.
Mortimer does not like it.
Be ready. You're likely going to have to kill it.
Mortimer all of a sudden likes it.
That's what I thought.
What do you guys do?
Proceed with caution, I would guess.
Oh yes, I'll roll a stealth check.
Go ahead. I'll do the same. Please roll better than me. Wow. You have a -10?
20 is a 12.
I mean, a -8? My God.
Mike,
dude.
you are so good at math.
Oh, it's still long. I'm tired. Come on.
Hey guys, I critted a.
I rolled it. I got a 12 as well, but I rolled a 9.
Yay.
11 points less. You got the same number.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. Oh, so
Yay.
that's funny. So you guys are trying to be quiet and move yourself along the path as well. Mortifer, sticking with your 25 perception check, you hear the thing is coming along, but beforehand you could just hear it. But now you can definitely pinpoint it's not coming at you from the front; it's actually coming at you from behind. Clearly, this thing had followed the path from behind where you are, coming towards you. Currently, you have Jack was kind of behind you. So imagine the two of you switch places.
Jack, it's coming from where we just were.
Yep, I would slip behind you immediately.
It's definitely coming closer and faster.
I will prepare myself to attack.
Your range of dark vision is 60 feet, but as you guys kind of like stop moving and clearly like getting yourself prepared to attack, so on and so forth, as you crouch, all of a sudden you hear the thing stops with the shuffling, clinking noise, like loud clinking noise, and then you also hear like the wind chime noise stops. Nobody can see anything. Jack, you can see the flickering of light and Mortifer's thigh inside. Mortifer, you can just peer off into the darkness that black and white at first, but fades into true darkness afterwards. And the sound stops. You guys are being as silent as possible. Whatever that is as silent as could be, and it's kind of this like standoff where nothing can see anything.
I hand you a
Can I
potion.
cast Intimidate on the darkness?
No. I would buff. I would Jack will tap you and be like, Morphin, be like, now's the time to be ready. So I don't know if you have anything you want to do, but if you don't have anything you want to buff yourself with, Jack will hand you a potion and suggest that when you see the creature, drink this.
I don't know if this is the creature. This is a light tinking noise. It's kind
That's
of
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't drink it now.
Yeah.
If we see it and it's immediately threat, down that thing. So what you're going to say to Scott is, Scott, I prepare an action to quaff this potion should the monster make itself visible.
Scott, I prepare an action to
Quaff
this potion.
Quaff
To quaff
this potion.
Yes.
If the
not with this potion.
No,
but
not with.
Quaff.
Quaff it.
Yes.
You get that, Scott?
I mean, I'm waiting for Wade to say it correctly just because it's fun to listen to him struggle.
Dearest Scottifer, I, Wade, controller of Mortifer, do wish to prepare thine mine action to quaff un potion should the need arise before an attack is made.
Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. So you, Mortifer, you all of a sudden hear an eruption of sound. Clink, 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 as the thing is shuffling and running and charging towards you guys as fast as possible, and starts charging at you. It all of a sudden comes into view. You see what it was that they had seen beforehand, this large obsidian form. It is charging at you as quick as can be. No weapons in hand, but just the form itself. Every bit of it looking like a very sharp blade of like razor blade. And it's charging straight at you. Both of you guys, roll me initiative.
Hey, he prepared an action to quaff the potion.
Yeah, that's fine. He can do that. But both of you guys, roll my initiative. Hold on one second. Roll it. And don't forget to highlight your token first.
Yes.
Let me see what Amazing Initiative does before we start this up. There we go. Should I put this? I'm just gonna put this in chat.
I don't think I have amazing initiative, so.
I thought you did. I thought you.
Oh yeah, I do. You're right.
Get a bonus to initiative equal to Mythic tier.
So we're Mythic tier what, Scott? 2?
4.
No, 4, I
4?
believe.
So we get 4 added to whatever we roll?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So
I don't know why it shows it twice there, but it showed it twice there.
9 for me.
Let me scroll up the 9 million things we've got here now. And roll initiative.
So, Mike, you can apply a modifier to your initiative on your character.
Oh yeah,
sheet.
that's not the thing I have isn't temporary, so I should just add it to that.
Did
You're right.
that? Do I have that plus 4 already?
You have a plus
added?
5, so I assume so because your dexterity is
Yeah,
only a
I
plus
think you
1,
said
right?
plus 5. Yeah, so I think that it is automatically added in there.
Yeah, I think you and I put that in there forever ago.
Yeah,
Cool.
There we go.
Funny enough, you guys actually, sorry, Mortifer actually gets to go first. So Mortifer, you drink that potion, as you had said, and then you actually get to go first.
So
it's charging at you.
the potion of rage.
Oh shit!
Mortifer's gonna lose himself instantly to you. The minute you swallow it, you lose your mind in a way. It's controlled loss of mind, but Mortifer's stupid. Now Mortifer's stupid and incredibly angry. So you're gonna get a +2 morale to your +2 to your strength and your con, +1 to your will saves, but a -2 penalty to your AC. Otherwise, it's identical to barbarian.
Strength and con.
+1 to your will saves and -2 to your armor.
Will saves +1.
I took rage.
Is a plus or -2.
-2. That's the penalty for raging.
I gotta show you guys how to use, because we use these over my other Pathfinder campaign I'm running right now.
Sorry, Siri was googling -2 AC.
If this is a spell you can provide for him often, it's actually worthwhile.
I can do it once a day because it's a potion.
There's literally things that you can like click one button and it applies all these modifiers to your character sheet at once for you.
Yeah, I can basically extract it if I need it. I can do an extract of it once a day.
Yep, cool. Because we've been kind of like compiling those in my other campaign, but they start at level 1, so it makes it a bit easier. Yeah. But we can do that here too. So, anyways, you all of a sudden rage, buddy. It's your turn. You can't cast spells.
You cannot. That's why I said you better buff now. Because if you have nothing to buff, drink this potion.
But that also means no immediate things, no bonus things, no nothing.
Right. Well, did I get to use my vigor or not before we came down?
You already did. Yep. It lasts for 9 minutes.
Slide it on here, so let me take off my. Also, I've got to figure out how many total power points I've got. Oh, 25. Okay, cool. So you said I could use 9 of them for this?
Si, senor.
Cool. And that makes that. Sorry, everybody.
Okay. So, all right.
All right. So
Enjoy
now
raging.
Mortifer is buffed. He's buffed.
Oh, wait. Is your max 25? So you do the left bar. So you now currently have it. It's 25 out of 11 instead of 11 out of 25 or whatever you're supposed to do.
11. What are you talking about?
Why does your bar number 2 say 25 out of 11 for you?
Where do you see? I don't see that. Where do you see that?
If you double click your character, if you double click your token on Roll20, it pops open bar 2, 25/11.
We made it 11 whenever we originally made that mythic power.
So 25 out of 25.
Yeah. So now.
And then -9 is was it 16 out of 25?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. My apologies. So Mortifer, your turn. You're raging. It's coming at you. It is charged at you, and it's just barely in your line of sight. Oh, not just barely in your line of sight. So your line of sight 60 feet. It's probably like 40-ish feet away from you. But you take the cake. It's your turn.
Now that we see it, does it? I know you described it. Does it look like it's made of rock or made of obsidian?
It does look like it's comprised out of obsidian. Any details beyond that, you're gonna have to wait till your turn.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to find So basically, for everyone that might have missed an episode or two, we have gained mythic tiers, and we were able to take different powers and such. And Mortifer's in 2 mythic paths right now, and I'm trying to find those 2 abilities because one of them was a really cool attack I can do, and I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
Wasn't cleave? Scott, do you remember what I put?
What was the question? I didn't. You were explaining. I didn't realize you were asking. Go ahead.
So the 2 different paths I went down, I got to take an ability from each one, which is why I went down the second path.
Yeah.
But I don't even see where those. Sudden block might have been one.
I didn't keep
Sudden
track.
attack. Here we go.
Okay, there you go.
As a swift action, I'll just put it in chat. You guys can look at it. I don't know why it's showing up twice. I might have it in both descriptions. As a swift action, you can spend 1 use of mythic power to make a melee attack at your highest attack bonus. This is in addition to any other attacks you make this round. When making a sudden attack, you roll twice, take the better result, adding your tier to the attack roll. Damage from this attack bypasses all damage reduction. So whatever DR this thing has, I will skip. I get a +4 on the roll from my mythic tier, and this does not count as my attack. So I'm taking 1 mythic point.
So hold on. Your reach is normally what? 10 feet. And then because you have a reach weapon, it's 20 feet. He's currently 40 feet away from you. What is your character's speed? Is it 30?
I imagine it's got to be 30.
God, I've got to get used to this sheet again. We've been using the other one so much.
Yeah,
I've got 20 land, 80 run written down, but I don't know if that's right or not.
What is your speed?
It says 20 land, 80 run down at the bottom here.
Okay, so 20 feet is your speed, and it's probably why is it reduced? Is it something that you're wearing? Is it because you're wearing heavier armor or something like that? Type medium.
Medium armor, maybe, yeah.
Let me just check shell armor what that does. It does reduce your speed to 20 feet.
Ah, okay.
So your speed is 20, and you're moving at half speed right now, which means you can only move 10 feet. So literally your turn is going to be, I move 10 feet as my speed. I spent my standard action to move 10 feet as my speed. That moves you up 20. He was 40 feet away. Your reach is another 20 feet. You then spend your swift action to do the sudden attack.
Okay, well, I'm not doing that. I'm going to use another mythic point, because I can do that, to use an amazing initiative to give myself another action to use for movement, right? I can do that, right?
Okay, yeah.
Do it.
I want to hit first.
Okay, my apologies. Then
Mortimer's raging right now, so he's doing everything he can to fucking attack.
I should have laced you with some keef.
When you mythic that, sir, does that take an action or is it a free action to mythic that? What does it say?
Amazing initiative. In addition, as a free action on your turn, you can spend one.
Perfect. So you do that. You spend a mythic point. You go rushing up the 20 feet, no problem. Your reach is 20 feet. Swing your goddamn weapon as your normal attack. And because you're what level now? Level
Mythic tier 4, level 7.
Level 7. So you still only have one attack normally. So make your regular attack first.
All right. This gets an additional +4 because of the mythic tier on sudden attack.
Oh no, you're making a regular attack first, and then you can do the sudden attack afterwards.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you technically do whatever direction you want, but you know.
I'm trying to remember if there's any other shit I can do. It's been so long since I played Mortimer.
If he doesn't know I'm there, maybe I can.
You can't do anything else because all of your powers are limited now. So unless you have non-power abilities like power attack or whatever, which reduce your chance to hit.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna swing. I don't want to waste anybody's time anymore.
Awesome. So.
Oh my god.
It's a sexy attack roll you did right there with your Deep Crystal Mine, rolling a 20. That incorporate your bonus to strength that Mike gave you.
Yeah, I put that in temp.
Perfect. It's actually 4 less than that, meaning you, because of the fact that you are a large-sized creature swinging a swinging weapon inside what is considered a tight space for you, you have a -4, so it's actually a 16 result right there. So you go rushing forward to this creature, you swing your hammer, so it's literally like this kind of like strange like quarter swinging at this this creature charging at you, and you charging back at it. And unfortunately, even though you do connect, you have almost no force behind the swing because of this like sad little like that you're trying to do with your hammer as you went rushing up. And so you did connect with it, but it did not even harm the creature or bother it in any way. It itself, now that you're closer and more easily able to see it, is a large creature itself. It is not small by any stretch of the imagination, standing at a solid 12 feet tall, which I believe is just barely shorter than what you are.
Taller. I'm 11 foot.
Barely taller than what you are. Ha! Just barely taller than what you are. However, it charges at you seemingly unhindered by the low ceiling. Like when it was charging at you and its head was hunched and it's like kind of like rushing forward, it seemed like it didn't bother it. Especially since the creature's head does have these giant, massive horns that are coming your way. But we'll worry about those in a moment. Wade, you have your swift action that you can do for that other attack.
I can't use inevitable strike here?
No, because you're raging.
Okay. Then I will attack again. This gets a +4, so there won't be any. It'll cancel out the -4.
Mm-hmm. Could you do me? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Crush!
Damage to 86.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm not large size, so it's the 72, but 72 blunt's still pretty fucking big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, critical confirm is only a 13.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
You have to roll a chance to crit, and then you have to actually successfully crit. So now here's the thing. When you use your sudden attack, it says, as a swift action, expend 1 use of mythic power to make an attack roll at your highest base attack bonus, which you did. This is in addition to all of the attacks you make in the round. When you make a sudden attack, you roll twice. It's 2d20, and take the better result, kind of like the advantage. Adding your tier to the attack roll, adding an additional 4. So -4 + 4, that 13 equals a 13 in short. Damage from this attack bypasses all damage reduction, which is sexy as fluff. Now, obviously, you could roll a second attack roll, but you rolled the 20, so let's not worry about that. However, your critical confirm, I think the same rule would apply. You would have advantage on your critical confirm roll.
Also
I'm just
need to roll
being
one more
long-winded. One more d20, yeah. I'm being long-winded to say, can you try this one more time? 1d20 + 11. That way we know this moving forward. Oh, 16 + 11 is a 27. Again, -4 + 4 because of the sudden strike ability. You not only hit, you critical hit, bypassing all damage reduction. Oh my God, Wade, this is a sexy attack. You can rush for the first attack is a sad little swing and it does nothing. But then you kind of
when I'm raging,
back
I'm
and
pissed.
you thrust at the thing forward with your maul with all the might that you can muster, planting your heels, thrusting with your thighs as well as your
Thrusting with my
your
thighs.
core and your arms, smashing into the thing as hard as you can. You can literally see spindle cracks growing along its body. You can see chunks of it rattle and fall off and shatter on the ground as it hits the ground, almost like you were smashing into really thick stained glass. The creature reels back, completely breaking the momentum of what it was doing as it was charging at you. But and kind of sending it back on its heels, trying to recover from what it was that you had just done to it. There's an incredible amount of damage. Holy crap. Okay. Now,
be back.
It is the creature's turn.
Mortimer's wanted to smash something like that for weeks.
Months, really.
It stops and it like, but this noise that it makes, it almost sounds like breathing. It sounds less like breathing and more like grinding rocks with air passing through it, because of the fact that clearly it doesn't have like lungs in the throat. That's, it's all made out of obsidian, which is a type of glass like rock, right? So it does this and it drags one of its feet on the ground. You know what I mean? Like something that's about to, like almost like a bull that's about to charge. Then it lowers its head with these huge horns and gets its arms out wide with these huge, long, dagger-like fingers, and then lets out one last as it starts charging towards you as fast as it can, about to attack you. Now, Wade, before I attack you, I believe you have the ability to provoke an attack of...
I've got two things. I've got that or an attack of opportunity.
So unlike 5th edition, where you have immediate actions and reactions and bonus actions every round, in older editions you have either an immediate or a swift, one or the other. You've already used your swift, so you cannot use your immediate. Sudden block, hinder melee attack again, so you can't do that one.
Okay.
However, I believe you have the ability to revoke attack of opportunity against creatures charging against you. Don't you? Is that part of one of your feats?
A lot of AoE stuff I can do. Let me
just double check this because we're still relearning the character sheets that you've beefed up.
I apologize, everybody. It's just I've not gotten to use any of this stuff yet. We like tripled the size of our characters.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
But just fine because it all gets streamlined soon enough. But
yeah, it's the learning process.
Because it's like mythic. Combat reflexes. Combat reflexes mythic. You can make a number of additional attacks per round. You can make any number of additional attacks as an opportunity round. As a swift action, you can expend one mythic power until the start of your next turn, making attacks of opportunity against foes you've already made. Oh, okay, never mind. So never mind.
Well, I've got
not provoke.
I've got regular combat reflexes, and then mythic adds that on top of it. So I've got both of those.
Yeah. I was just reading the mythic one. I know what regular combat does. I was reading the mythic one. So nope, you don't provoke an attack of opportunity from this one coming against you.
So not when charging.
Because you already used your swift. Cool. So it's actually charging at you now, and it's like and rushing towards you. Remind me what's your AC, Mortimer? Don't forget you have a penalty because of Mike raging.
-2 to your AC.
With the -2 to my AC, I'm at a 17.
Plus an additional -4 because you're a large-sized creature inside of a tight space. So your 17 is actually a 13. Thank you very much. First thing it's going to hit you with is its horns, its big old butting attack. So against an AC of 13. And what's my modifier? Because I am also a large creature. There you are. Thank you. The first attack is a charge attack against your 13, easily smashing into you, coming past your guard, having taken that hit, and smashes into you with massive horns. Its horns, its head, every part of it. You get hit as though you're being bowled over by a massive bull. And so this thing smashes into you, dealing to you the total of... well, let me do it this way. Why am I not seeing this? There you go. Here you go. This should work. Yes, it did. So sad damage, really sad. 13 points of damage against your touch. One of the things that you notice is that there's like heat coming off of its forehead, like heat coming off of its horns, burning you as it goes. That doesn't matter because it also immediately afterwards claws at you with one of its massive claws that are comprised of these huge giant knives. And that first claw, not only does it connect with you, but it renders deep inside of you, actually hurting you a considerable amount of damage. I actually critical hit. So I'm going to do this. So easiest way to do it, I think, is like this. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I could be wrong. Oh, no. Yeah, let's try that.
All the crits to start this.
Ah, that sucks. So I didn't do it the right way, but that's fine. So 18 times 2 is what, 36 points of damage as it renders you with one of its claws, actually doing 36, which I think just barely starts to break through your temporary health points with that claw. And the claw after that also successfully hits you for another 18 points of damage. At least I'm rolling fairly consistently. 18 points of damage as that one also renders deep inside of you and harming you. Finally, as this thing's like clawing at you, smashing you with its head, you're up close, you're wrestling with this thing. You've got your reach weapon immediately in front of you, so on and so forth. You finally realize what this creature looks like. It looks like a giant obsidian Minotaur.
Neat.
Mike, it's your turn.
Well, my options are limited. However, seeing all of this, seeing this fight happen, watching Mortifer just crack apart this obsidian, his obsidian body, clearly doing some damage.
It cracked back.
Yes, and seeing it kind of return. I think what you see Jack do is quickly just reach into his pocket and pull out a vial as he rushes up, staying behind Mortifer to the best visibility, but trying to, in the best way, help Mortifer along. I'm going to try Sandstone Solution to try and weaken the obsidian stone on the outside so that maybe he has to either he gets a little bit of a bonus or maybe he has to roll a little bit he doesn't have to roll as high to hit. But the idea is you see Jack run up, quickly kind of dunk something into his mouth and just try and spray it directly onto this obsidian Minotaur to hopefully weaken its exterior so that he can...
As you're doing that, doing your soften earth ability that you've done a billion times, the thing actually looks at you. It doesn't have eyes that are discernible. It doesn't have like pupils and the whites of its eyes. It's all obsidian, all one color obsidian, right? But it does turn its head towards you and regard you. And literally, as you're like making like a face at it as it's looking at you, and get ready to spray. At the same exact time you start to spray it, it starts to eep out in an area where you guys are both inside the radius because you have to get close enough to spray, right? So you guys are both inside the radius. It starts to like breathe or eep out this noxious gas. I need both of you guys to do me a favor. Both of you make me a fortitude saving throw.
Is it against a disease?
No, it's not a disease.
Okay.
Fortitude saving throw. It is technically pertaining to breathing. If anybody doesn't have to breathe, but I believe you guys do.
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
I'm almost positive you do.
Hang on, let me look. You do no longer need to eat, drink, or breathe to live.
Okay. Well, then I would say as soon as that gas starts to come out, Jack is smart enough to literally spray out and not inhale back in.
Yep.
Mortifer raging is not wise enough to do that. He already rolled his fortitude save and passed anyways, so it doesn't matter. You guys are immune to that effect.
Sweet.
So you do spray it with the spray. Do me a favor, Mike. Roll me a caster level check. Spell tab, top left-hand corner. It should show your actual caster level or something like that over there.
Thesian Bard 7?
Yeah, I think that.
Just click on that?
Yeah. Yep, there you go.
A 3.
So you rolled garbage. So you do see that the stuff that you spray onto it does bubble and sizzle and whatnot, but doesn't seem to have any amount of effect.
Turn.
But what does have an effect is the lingering burning from those smashes against Mortifer start to burn more and more and more into his skin. Mortifer, make me a reflex saving throw.
Ooh, I'm not great at these.
Hey, good roll.
Cool. But that was for the horns. Mortifer, make me a reflex saving throw.
Still not great at these.
Cool. That was for the talon. Mortifer, make me a reflex saving throw.
All right.
That was for the other one. Mortifer, all of a sudden, one of the areas that you were hit at beforehand bubbles and burns more and more and more, and then ignites. literally igniting, setting your flesh and whatever's around that area on fire.
Cauterizing the wound for me. Thank you.
There you go. Now, continuing on, your ability that you did, Mike, it didn't have the effect that you wanted it to, but then it does start to seep and goop in the area. Not quite softening the way it always has beforehand,
Yeah, I didn't
but a
expect it
huge
to.
chunk of it literally rolls off and splats onto the ground below.
Might be worth going again and burning another one of my potions to do it.
Roll me 2d6.
Sure. Yeah, good roll. 9.
Jack, that was your turn. Mortifer, it's yours.
All right, Mortifer. I softened him up for you. Literally.
All right.
Kill him.
So
I
I
wanted
also just realized I could have hit twice last turn because I have the ability to add like a 1d8 to my roll. But alas, that's all right. I'm going to attack again.
How are you keeping track of your points since you don't have the
I have notes on the bottom of my abilities page, so I've got 16 out of 25 power and 9 out of 11 mythic there. I always keep track of it there more than I keep track of it on the screen where you're looking at it.
Gotcha, okay. It's just unfortunate that you actually need 4 bubbles on your token, not 3 like most people need 1 or 2. You need 4.
So health I keep track of here, but like power points and mythic points I've always kept track of where my feats and stuff are.
Yeah.
All right, so I think this thing, I mean, if my AC is a 13 here, I'm not going to be blocking it much. I could just go ahead and give myself a +2 every round with Reckless Offense and just know it's going to hit me, but I also don't know how good its attack bonus is, because this thing's not, it doesn't seem to be hindered by the cave, right?
It is. It's having a hard time. The only time it wasn't hindered was the bull, charge attack.
Oh, okay.
His arms are.
I thought it was just like fluid in like these caves where it's turf.
It just has a much better chance to hit than you.
But maybe I'll keep my 4 AC then. But I'm just gonna swing at this bad boy.
Do it up.
So let's do it. I'm hoping using blunt damage against this thing is good too.
I mean, anything that's not necessarily magic damage is probably not great.
So did you do reckless offense?
No.
So that's actually a 15 right there is your total?
Yeah, right now it is.
And so as you try to smash it with a 15, unfortunately, it does not connect. It's one of those things where as you swing at the hammer with it, it literally just swings one of its, it literally lowers its head and bashes it.
That's 22 now.
Because it's large size.
These are your mythic points?
Yeah, no,
I gotta use Surge more. I keep forgetting we have Surge now.
I'll put that in the chat so chat can see.
Yep, you add a D8 to the, you have to use one of your mythic points. I think you guys have 11 mythic points to use.
I've got 8 left.
So you surge, it lowers its head, it starts pushing its head towards your swinging hammer. And so you can see that the way it's going to connect with your hammer before it's at its full swing, it's not going to do any damage to this thing. It's going to resist the attack. But then you just call upon this power that you found within yourself that you knew was always there, but you've only recently discovered to manipulate because you're an idiot and you always thought you were a god.
I honestly
use that to force. What?
I said, honestly, probably wouldn't be using all these points, but I'm raging, and I feel like Mortifer will be doing everything he can to hit.
And so you force through the attack, leaning into the smash against its head, delivering a blow. Your blow would have been 21 points of damage. So 21 points of damage against the creature. The smash hits not as strong as you expected the smash to hit, but it still does hit the creature.
Can you swing again or no?
I can use sudden attack again. It takes another mythic point.
It's up to you. I'm curious if you.
As much as this thing's hurting and the fact I'm on fire, it might be worth it. So yeah, I'll do another sudden attack. I was debating on let me read sudden block. I need to know these abilities better.
We get mythic points back after a long rest, Scott, or a short?
Mythic points after. There's no such thing as short rest.
Oh yeah. So just after a rest.
I believe it's when you sleep a full night, you get your points back. I believe,
sleep, though, which is weird. So it's just a.
We would have to. We could make ourselves sleep.
Yep.
I might save it, Mike, if I do a sudden block as an immediate action.
Sure.
I get an attack of opportunity anyway if I do that.
Okay. So that is the end of your turn, or is it on your turn, Wade? Because you failed your dexterity saving throws. You actually take 1d6 damage. 5 points of fire damage.
All right.
As that burning on your body continues. It is now the creature's turn. For some reason, for whatever reason it is, the creature is moving very, very slowly. It is actually kind of, it is like laboriously moving. Its movements almost become so slow that it's predictable in how slow it is. Maybe because part of its body is literally gooping and slopping off of it, but it is moving very slowly. And so it kind of like wheels up and still makes an attack at you, Mortimer.
Okay. Is this with the horns?
No, it's gonna be with a claw, and it easily hits you, of course, just because your AC is garbage.
Wait, do I sudden block before or after you tell me if it hits?
Oh, my apologies. You say, "Oh, it's attacking me." I sudden block.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Pop that in chat so I can read it. As immediate action, you can expend 1 use of your mythic power to hinder a melee attack against you or an adjacent ally. Add your tier to your AC, so 4 to your AC. The creature making the attack roll must make 2 attack rolls and take the lesser result. Once the attack is resolved, you or your ally of your choice can make 1 melee attack against the creature. So once the attack is resolved, so it's after it hits you or it doesn't hit you. The damage bypasses all damage reduction. So I did attack. I rolled 3 dice at once. The first one easily hit you. The second one also hit you just because your AC is just garbage. So it still hit you anyways. So I'm going to roll damage. And then after that, you can make your attack of opportunity effectively. Does another 15 points of damage to you with this single attack because it's just moving so slowly.
What are you at right now?
I had 45 temp hit points.
Yeah, okay.
And 87 health.
Oh, God.
I'm now down to 45 health.
God, you still have more health than me, and I'm at max.
Take the 87 away. That's how much damage it's done.
God damn.
Yeah, this thing hurts. Plus, I'm going to burn 5 or 10 more or something.
I'd be taken out in like 1 round by this thing.
Yeah. We're going to need to take a rest after this for me to
Don't forget, you can burn a mythic point for an hour and gain back all abilities and whatnot as though you had slept. So.
But it uses a mythic point.
Yep, which is fine. So go ahead, which effectively gives you short rests in Pathfinder.
That's true.
So,
so is that its turn?
That was unfortunately its turn because Mike, remember I had you roll that 2d6?
Yeah. I've not rolled my counter.
Slowed it. You have to do your thing. Yes. You slowed it for that many rounds.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. You found the secret, a flaw in the creature.
The fact that it's made out of like a rock substance.
Okay, so that's a 9. Even if I rolled a D8, I'm not going to hit on that one. So that was just unfortunate.
Yep, that was a sad miss against the creature. It's now Jack's turn.
Continuing on this, does it look like it's almost like, I obviously you can't tell me if it's almost dead, but does it look significantly injured, or does it just look like it's slowed but still plodding along well enough? Oof. You want me to make like a bab roll?
I actually want a dungeoneering check.
Dungeoneering doesn't exist.
Knowledge dungeoneering.
Knowledge dungeoneering. Okay, that makes sense.
Because that's like all understanding of like rocks and stuff.
21.
Like that. Okay. Honestly, this obsidian is very, very fractured and whatnot. This is not something you would ever craft with. This stuff looks like it's structurally compromised in the most ridiculous of ways. It is hurt really, really badly.
This is where I come and steal the kill.
Yeah.
I'm moving in. I'm coming in.
Yeah, then help me put the fire out that's burning on my arm.
I don't know if I can do that. But I might take some of your blood and use it later. Arcanotoxin, would it work on this thing?
It's a really good question. Why don't we find out?
Yeah, why not? I'll Arcanotoxin this thing. It is... why don't I hit its dex? Its dex is probably slow as it is for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hit this thing, it has to make a fortitude save, which unfortunately is probably really good for it. But
okay, so you have to make an attack roll first.
Yeah, with my obsidian dagger, I guess. Cause
attacking obsidian with obsidian, nice.
It's that or bone, and I think obsidian's probably the best bet here.
Sure.
I only get a +5. So it's not great.
Yeah, you're terrible at combat.
Don't forget you can surge.
Yeah. I know. Well, wait, what? I rolled an 11, but it gave me a 7. Why?
No, don't forget you rolled an 11 and a 2.
Remember how this always rolls 2 dice and it always gives your attack the lowest one?
Oh, I don't see the other dice on my screen.
It's under the.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine.
You guys are also should be, don't forget, rolling just the attack roll, not the attack and damage at the same time. Which you do that by, instead of clicking the weapon's name, you click,
That's right.
yeah, to the right of that, you click the modifier.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like that. And then to the right of that, you click for the
damage. Okay, but it doesn't matter. I missed. So that's okay.
Yeah. So either way, so you miss either way. So you actually rush up and you put the toxin on there and you rush and you jab at the thing, but it does not hurt the creature at all.
Of course not.
And as a reaction of you doing that, it eeps out more gas. You're just kind of never inhaled again.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just like, I don't need to breathe.
I imagine Mortifer, you're raging. I would say it's up to you as to whether or not you think Mortifer would be wise enough to stop breathing at this point, or if you think he would be breathing.
What's Mortifer's wisdom?
A 14.
I mean, that's pretty wise. You are raging, which you can imagine RP wise.
If I roll like a, I don't know.
I'd say a DC 8.
Okay.
That's fair. There you go. You doubled that. You stopped breathing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so that is Jack's turn.
Yep.
Unless you have anything else you can do with yours.
No. Just go right to Mortifer. Go to the one who's good at this kind of thing. I can't talk this thing down. So
Mortifer, let's start your turn with rolling a D6.
Are you rolling it? Am I rolling it?
You. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it.
What?
I'm rolling it. Yeah. That's
I'm
easy.
taking my 1 because fuck you.
Fine.
My roll it. You roll it. You roll it, Wade. Make me roll it.
You stop breathing is actually the good result.
it is. It's the way to win this fight.
That's funny.
So what is the 1
We're
for?
gonna be wise enough to realize we don't have to breathe. I don't know if we know that yet. Like we wouldn't have figured that out.
I just saw him. I just saw this thing start to eep out smoke. And we know that people are getting diseased and turning into obsidian.
I know that, but are we wise enough to realize we, in general, don't need to breathe?
We spent months in the desert. I figure we kind of came across the ability to.
I honestly don't think you realize this yet, and this is probably the opportunity where you character.
Oh, where it's like trying to hold it as long as I can, and then I realize I can hold it forever.
It's like literally when the combat's over, and you're like, I haven't breathed in a while.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so
Wait, what was the D6 for, by the way?
My fire damage.
Okay.
Because you're on fire.
Okay,
Stop,
so
drop,
Mortifer's
and
on
roll.
fire. I am gonna reckless offense.
It's lit.
You get another +2 on attack. My AC is already garbage, so whatever. Garbo. So this will get an additional +2. Then you can do your -4, whatever. Let's do it.
Oh, jeepers creepers. Where'd you get them peepers? So it's a total of a -2? Because +2, -4?
How do I, okay,
27, that hits.
I'm curious. How do I forget what I need to do to use the Crystal Maul special ability?
You can't because you can't concentrate to do that right now.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'll just roll normal damage. Wow, 26.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of damage. Once again, the attack does less damage than you probably expected it to. And so you smash into this thing. It is fractures everywhere. Every part of this thing is just breaking apart, chunks of it falling off here and there. It itself is moving so slowly, but it's still standing. Just barely standing.
Hell yeah.
Just barely enough to where I should maybe sudden attack. What do you think?
It's up to you, man.
If you don't sudden attack, you save yourself a mythic point, but you run the risk of me stealing the kill.
Mortifer's raging. He's gonna try to kill it if it looks like it's weak.
It's on its way out.
My justification is if he's raging, Mortifer is not slowing down.
That makes sense. That's Jack is enjoying watching.
I want to save the mythic point. Mortifer would not give a shit.
I appreciate that sincerely.
Yeah. So here we go.
It's nice to see how Mortifer acts when he's enraged.
Attack. There's no limited use of this, right? I can sudden attack as many times as I want.
Yep. You can just, it's limited by action. What is it? You can't, so it's limited by mythic points and action economy. And there's things like, say, you can only mythic add that D8 on once per roll, but you can modify multiple rolls around.
Okay. This gets an additional +2.
Yep. So it's now a rolling again with that flat.
19, which becomes a 15. Mortifer's gonna surge because he's a psychopath.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, gotcha. No, this actually you're 17 because it's a -4 +2 is 15, like you said, +4 more because when you sudden attack, you get your tier added to the bonus. So actually,
Oh,
19.
that's right. It's a 19 again.
Do you still want to surge? It's up to you, man.
No, because I think he would if he would know if he's gonna miss or not. That you can decide if you're gonna surge whether you're gonna hit.
No. You decide if you surge before you know the result of the check, I believe. Tell me otherwise if otherwise it's true. Yeah, remind everybody who's just learning the rules so that we know moving forward. Adding a D
action taken after the result of the original roll is revealed. So, +2, +2, minus
after the result of the original roll is revealed. That's phrased poorly.
That's phrased. Yeah, that could be interpreted as you see the result of your own roll, or you learn the result of the roll.
Yeah, I was reading
the action,
whether I hit or not, but you're thinking it's the result.
Because it's saying the result of the original roll, I'm assuming the dice, not the actual outcome.
Well, it doesn't say result of the roll. It just says the result.
This is the result of the roll.
Oh, the result of the yeah. Okay.
The original roll, yeah.
I think a 19's been hitting, so I'll keep it as a 19.
Okay. Unfortunately, 19 is a miss.
Has it been?
You have never rolled that. You've always rolled lower or higher.
I rolled a 15 2 rounds ago, didn't I?
And you added to that to make it a 22.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I missed.
Just making sure we get all factors in.
Well, wait. It says this can change the outcome of the roll, which kind of implies that I would know what the outcome.
Oh, okay. Well, if it says, where does it say that? Sorry.
Here, I'll put it in chat and you can read it.
Yeah, I keep scrolling way up to see again. So, blah, blah, blah. This can change. Literally, the very next line.
Yeah. All right. It clarifies it.
You know it misses. You're gonna add the D8. Go ahead.
Okay. So
now we know moving forward. Shut up, Scott. I'm that awesome. You gave me this
power. I took
power.
away the mythic point anyway, so
that becomes a 23.
You hit.
I didn't get my one more round. Just one more round.
No more rounds.
So a little bit more damage, man.
Roll really bad here.
God, that's so many dice.
But, I did roll bad. It's only 18.
Your swing of your hammer does as much damage as you had hoped it would the whole while. And it smashes through this thing and it shatters it, just like falling apart as it goes. But it doesn't just shatter into a bunch of pieces and fall to the ground. It shatters with force. So much force that
like a grenade.
Reflex saves, everybody.
Yeah. No, I almost got out of this uninjured. There it is. 14.
Your reflex is a lot better than mine, considering we both rolled 7s.
Okay,
But you, what's your will save?
5 right now. My fortitude's a 9.
Yeah, you have higher fort and will.
You both take 15 points of slashing damage.
That's not too bad.
As it bursts outwards, cutting through the air.
I'm down to 29 health.
Slashing into your bodies and whatnot. Jack, you're up next. Do you do anything?
Are we out of combat?
Technically, yeah.
I think the first thing Jack would do after we kind of catch our breath is he'd take a piece of cloth or
catch your what?
Oh yeah, I'd be like, oh hey, we're not breathing. The first thing I would do after we kind of like come to our senses is he'd go to reach to like rip a piece of cloth off of himself, then realize he's not going to do that because he's dressed nicely, and then he goes over to Mortifer and rips off a piece of cloth off of one of Mortifer's rags that he wears, and then would use that to pick up a piece of this obsidian, wrap it, and just put it in my bag for further study in the alchemical lab when I get one.
I would try to put out the fire on my arm, probably.
Just like,
yeah. Yep. That would be after the start of your next turn. Take 1d6 for me, and then you can try to do that. I was just seeing if he was going to help you first. Hey, take 5 more fire damage.
No, he's fine.
And then you spend the standard action putting out the fire. Honestly, you don't even worry about it.
I'm going to put it in additional gear. Piece of obsidian creature Minotaur, question mark?
You can take multiple, like I can carry so much weight. You can put shit in my bag if it's overburdening you.
It's definitely not overburdening me. I just want to make sure I remember I have it to play with later.
How long does this rage potion last?
7 rounds. So you've gone through 4. That means you have like another 30 seconds of it before it wears off. So by the time your fire's out, by the time everything's wrapped up and I pocket it, you should be coming off of the rage.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and take it off then.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. But if that's it, like, Jack will turn to you, obviously kind of cut up and realizing he hasn't breathed, but look to you and say, well, I have to admit that went better than expected.
Mortifer's much stronger and yet feels very rusty.
That was
It's on his cut.
That was impressive, Mortifer. I have never seen you fight like that. And I've never
Mortifer
seen you take...
appreciates Jack's drink. He felt even stronger.
I'm glad it worked. And he grins.
I have a question. Are you immune to fatigue? Because otherwise, you're fatigued right now.
That would be true. I don't know what would that be under.
We look at Mortifer. Meaning Mortifer is
I don't remember ever seeing anything.
out of breath.
What made us fatigued?
The rage potion would make you fatigued. Rage, after it wears off, whether by potion or by just barbarian, it fatigues you for some time.
Yeah, I don't think I'm immune to fatigue.
It basically puts your body into overdrive.
Yep. So you just fatigue for a very short period of time. It's just one of those things where you feel slump at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like mega problematic.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I am, so I'll just say I'll be fatigued.
Okay.
Does that affect me numerically? Should I put something in here?
Did one of its horns clearly come off, or did the whole thing
corner?
shatter?
You click the fatigue button. Where are you? Boom, and it does that. There's -2 strength and dex. Cannot run or charge, but it goes away after like a minute or whatever.
So we would
you
just
don't
hang
have
out
to
for a
click
minute.
it.
Yeah, we just hang out for a minute.
Oh, is there a buff for raging in there?
Well, no, there isn't normally. But remember how beforehand there was buffs, and I was saying, oh, if there's something he could do often, you actually click plus, and then you can like type rage, and then what the mods do. And like I said on my other campaign, we're already building like a pool of which ones like cover isn't in there, and prone isn't. So things that like you could do to buff your character. Shield of faith, people who just like quick click and adjust their character sheet, which is nice. So, what were you saying, Mike?
Did the whole thing shatter? Or did like hunks of it survive, like the horn or the head or any of that stuff to bring back?
The whole thing shattered.
Okay, so this will be the best evidence we have. It's just the piece of horn, the piece of obsidian I have. Then with that, kind of reigniting a torch once Mortifer has clearly caught his breath. All right, I say we get the hell out of here.
Is that it? Just one? Mortifer could take. You could you can see the fatigue. Mortifer's not done.
But I think,
like more.
Well, we could always ask, but we don't know.
Very well.
Either way,
go.
Even if there's more than one, there's one less of them for them to worry about.
This is true.
Come on, Morty, let's go.
Mortifer does not believe the carts will go back up the hill.
Then you'll walk.
He just like slumps and starts like walking.
And like you said, after a couple minutes, the fatigue wears off and you're feeling fine.
How long does it last?
Fatigue only lasts a couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
So you're good.
Scott, I guess we're gonna make our way out unless there's anything that happens.
You guys turn back and you start trying to make your way out of the mines, trying to find your way back out. And so you do. I mean, it takes a bit of time to get out there, but eventually you pull your way out. Mortifer, do you have a magical ability, a psionic ability to heal?
I do. Can I use my powers and stuff again?
Yeah. Once rage ends, you can.
Oh, yeah, I've got body purification.
That doesn't do that. Oh yeah, that does it. No, that's the ability score damage.
It's body adjustment.
There you go. So body adjustments, what, second levels cost 3 points to do?
Yeah.
And then for every 2 additional points, you can do another D12 up to the maximum of 7 points. So that's 3, 5, 7. You can heal 3d12.
Okay, I gotta do some quick math in my brain. I'm down from 87 to 24, so I'm lost 63 points. So to get 63 points back, like 5d12, if I rolled perfectly, would get me the minimum.
Well, why don't you roll 3d12 for 1 casting first, and then see where things go from there.
Is it 3d for the first 3 points?
It's 3d for the first 7 points. It's cheaper to do more than it is to do 1 at a time. You know what I mean? because it's 3 points for 1d12, but it's 2 additional points for each d12 after that.
Okay, so how many?
Max at 3d12 right now. So spend 7 points, / roll 3d12.
Okay, I can't really do this more than twice anyway.
Yeah.
Give me the big numbers. That's not bad.
Not bad. You know, it's not good, but not bad. Not bad.
All right.
Low average, actually, I think. Isn't it? And you, how many more points do you have left? Power points.
I have 9, but I can use. What is it? 9. I can use all of those to get 45 guaranteed temporary. Because 7 just got me 3d12. So I mean, the max I could get with the 7 is what, 36, whereas I can guarantee 45 with all 9. So I think I'll stop there for now.
You can't do all 9. You max at 3 points spent unless you're doing catfall or vigor.
Yeah, that's what I mean for vigor.
Oh, this is, oh, you want a vigor?
I'm saying
vigor,
like,
vigor only lasts for 9 minutes.
45 versus.
Yeah. Vigor only lasts for 9 minutes. You're saying if I get into danger, I will apply vigor then. Understood. Cool. So you guys start making your way out of the cave, and obviously you get your 9 power points left, and eventually you find your way out of there. You see Mortifer do something that you've never seen him do beforehand. Another newfound ability. He is closing his wounds by concentrating on them. This is not something that you've never seen before. Just something you've never seen Mortifer do before.
Right. It's a new development in our bizarrely ever expanding pool of new abilities that we keep discovering.
And probably around now you realize you're not breathing.
Mortifer, hold your breath. Mortifer, let's play a game. Sorry, I don't say hold your breath.
Games? Does it involve killing?
No, a competition between you and me.
Mortifer would not want to embarrass Jack.
I welcome the embarrassment if you think you can win. Let's see who can...
If you think you can win, he's like... You can tell he's ready for whatever it is.
Let's see who can hold our breath the longest.
Done.
Perfect. Because now Jack's never going to bring it up ever again. All right. On that, we make our way out of the cave. Did you hear what we're doing, Scott?
I did. You guys are holding your breath to see who can hold theirs the longest. Which
Jack
is
very
hilarious.
quietly just... I mean, he doesn't have to breathe, obviously, but he knows...
Mortifer is not watching the surroundings anymore. He's just staring at you. You stop.
No, we're walking, but we're holding our breath. Then I'm making a show of it. Anytime he looks over, I'm like holding it still. Then it's great.
It would be a silent walk as he is like concentrating very hard on holding his breath.
How long until Mortifer figures it out on his own? Is this is the real game Jack is playing for himself right now? How long until Mortifer realizes?
Shouldn't that be a wisdom check, right? Like what would the DC on that be, Scott, to figure out if I realize I don't need to breathe?
Mortifer's pretty dumb. I'm thinking it's more of an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Well,
That makes
wisdom was
sense.
pretty good.
Yeah, isn't it always?
Yep. And so you guys make your way out of the cave. And when you get out of the cave, you look over at Jack, like you look him down and up and down and up, and he's still holding his breath.
So am I.
All right, we continue the game.
All right, so I'm still silently holding my breath for a while.
You get another roll soon enough, I'm hopefully. But the plan is to find the lady who said we... Was there somebody we talked to here?
Right outside the cave, we talked to a lady who was like, fuck you, whatever.
Oh, yeah, the person who sent us out here.
We talked to 2 people, right? It was the lady by the cave, and there was somebody else in the town.
The town prior who sent us out this way.
Yeah, so the lady by the cave was an asshole. The one in the town was helpful.
I'll talk to the lady first, and then we can just head out of here and go talk to the guy who sent us on this quest.
Okay, so you go and you find her, and of course, she is a douche, but you can find where she is, and you go walking up to her, and she looks at you like you made it out of the. She looks at you like expectantly, like.
I'll reach into my bag and pull out of the shard of obsidian creature. I'm sure it doesn't look like much beyond a shard of obsidian.
Correct.
But I kind of like place it on the ground, unwrap it, and be like, "What's left of the creature? This is it. It's taken care of."
What kind of idiots do you take me for?
The kind that should thank us for saving your workers.
You go down there. You spend a little bit of time crawling around the mines. You come up with a chunk of rock you probably pulled out of a cart, and you bring it out here and say, "Job well done."
You would not lie about combat. The creature is dead. Mortifer's cut up, barely. The creature is destroyed. Mortifer will carry you down himself to show you, should you ever question his ability in combat again.
You think that you've solved the problem because you went down there and grabbed a chunk of obsidian out of the mines. Fine. Let's place a wager.
I'm all ears.
Spend the night in the city and in the town. Let's see if you still feel that way tomorrow. If you cleared out the mine, then I will give you your selection of my hold of treasures.
Jack smiles, and the creature, do you know what it looks like?
And if you win, and if I win the bet, what do I earn?
Every coin in my pocket. And I will actually kind of shake like a K, like all my ceramic coins. This is the best part of being impossible to remember. I shake it and be like, and I'm not asking you for a description. I'm merely asking, do you know what the creature looks like?
I do not.
Oh, well then how would you ever know if we did it? Because we do.
You would know because Mortifer killed it, and there's evidence right here which you shouldn't even need, because no one should ever question Mortifer.
But I do know a gas-filled idiot when I see one. See you in the morning, boys.
There's no gas. We've not breathed.
Turns and walks away.
Jack, Mortifer has not breathed.
You know how easy.
No gas.
It's like as she walks away and Jack kind of wheels on his heels to face Mortifer. You know how easy it would be to destroy this town. Yeah, you're still breathing. You're still not breathing. You know how easy it would be to destroy this town purely by giving out free narcotics to the workers. All to just put her in her place.
Are you saying that to Mortifer? Or you just
Yeah, I'm musing out loud. He's very much musing out loud. There's workers
here.
here.
Like to smash that lady's head in with his hammer for questioning Mortifer.
We'll give him the night. If something happens overnight, then we at least know there's more in that cave than what we need to take care of. Than what we took care of, rather. So, let's go enjoy the night. And enjoy this place for all of its festivities. Jack goes to get a room.
So you guys go and find a place for you to spend the night, and eventually, find your way sleeping. Mortifer, you're lying in bed. Your lungs don't burn or anything, but you haven't breathed in a while. It makes you start questioning things.
Does Jack snore when he falls asleep?
No.
Well, you guys are probably in your own rooms, right?
Also true.
Mortifer would try to listen to see if Jack's breathing. He really would.
You cannot hear him breathing through the walls. No.
I will try.
You cannot hear him breathing through the walls. No.
2 natty ones back to back. Hold on. I want to make another intelligence.
You're the opposite of Tyler.
All right.
Okay.
Well.
So either way, you notice that you're not breathing, and it gets you wondering for a while. You knew of other creatures that didn't breathe, the ones in the sarcophaguses.
No. Mortifer's dead. No. Mortifer was. No. Mortifer will think hard on this. Mortifer will keep thinking hard all night and not sleep.
Good thing you don't need sleep.
I don't to rest.
That's true.
And so you guys do actually spend a full night's rest, which completely recovers all of your health points, completely recovers your mystic points, completely recovers everything. Mythic points, sorry. I keep thinking like mystic, go on.
For getting that wrong.
Huh?
Lose a level for getting that wrong.
Wade, you will never be the DM, so I'm not worried.
The next morning, when Jack approaches Mortifer, he'd be like, Mortifer, I'm sorry, man. I lost. I took a breath last night. I couldn't hold it anymore.
Mortifer has not breathed either. At all.
Jack,
is Mortifer dead, Jack?
Jack, when you say that, Jack is like, what? You haven't breathed at all? Come come here. And like, I'm basically going to play the game of like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? And then come to the conclusion that Mortifer is an undead creature. Just for fun.
God. What do I roll to counter this?
I'm rolling a bluff. You're rolling I roll a bluff. You roll a sense motive. However,
I'm not gonna, yeah, go ahead.
No. However, where is it?
Sense
I gotta
motive's
find
a
the right
+2.
one. No, that's fine.
I wouldn't be worried if I were you.
There it is. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I don't need to use a fucking mythic point to make my lie indiscernible from the truth.
I rolled well.
I'm looking for the other one. Okay, gotcha. So bluff. I'll just roll a bluff. You have a 18? All right. I'm sorry ahead of time. I have to roll a 1 to fuck up. All right. Well.
Damn. It's literally double the roll. It's literally double.
Mortifer should be put down immediately, Jack.
What's dead should stay dead.
Yes.
Oh no, what do we do, Mortifer?
Mortifer must crush Mortifer.
What did Einar do to you? We should find
Jack dead too?
No, I'm breathing and I'm warm. I have a pulse. Do you have a pulse? I want you to figure it out yourself.
Mortifer will
it's been such a long time since Jack has had like a time to joke around with Mortifer. He's just gonna go ham.
Is it a heal check to see if I have a pulse, Scott?
To check your own pulse?
I mean, sure, heal check, sure.
Oh my God, you have a +10? You have a pulse. You would notice you have a pulse.
Yep,
the joke would end at this point, which is fine.
Well, I don't know.
Well, some undead creatures might have a pulse. He doesn't know anything about it.
That's true. That's true.
He's an idiot.
Would that be wisdom or intelligence to think about whether an undead would have a pulse?
Technically speaking, to know about undead creatures, it's knowledge, religion. However, you have to have at least a rank in it to be able to make checks for things like that.
Even though we've encountered them?
It doesn't matter. You have to. Well, you barely encounter them. You haven't fought them or anything really. So you have to have some degree of understanding to have some degree of understanding, right? Like if you just looked at like calculus, but you didn't even know how to do 1 + 1, how would you be able to figure it out?
I think Jack would say to Mortifer to calm his fears, but still keep it going. It's like, well, we know for one thing, we didn't see you die. We didn't see anybody kill you. So did you really die?
Our bodies, Jack, were destroyed.
Were they?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Mortifer's not sure of most things Jack's not sure of.
I'll run some studies.
If Mortifer is dead, Jack, Mortifer must put Mortifer down. Jack's not strong enough to do so. Mortifer would have to do it, yes.
No, we don't need to go that far, Mortifer. We don't need to go that far.
No, Mortifer prefers it this way.
Seeing like he's getting dead set. No, Mortifer. I'm joking. You're not dead.
Would have to be Mortifer's hammer, though.
No, Mortifer, because you have the will.
Jack, can you wield Mortifer's hammer?
No, Mortifer, listen to me for a moment. You're not dead. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Remember how we don't need to eat or sleep? Apparently we don't need to breathe either.
So this game Jack played was all...
It was a joke.
Jack, jokes are supposed to be funny. Mortifer does not feel funny. Laughing. Mortifer's... He'll actually start to chuckle as he thinks about like, how long he was fooled.
Yeah. And Jack is seeing you chuckle, like a grin kind of grows across his face. It was pretty funny, Mortifer.
Mortifer almost killed Mortifer.
The only one who could kill Mortifer is Mortifer.
At least I learned that much.
We learned something today. Should we see how the town's doing?
Yes, Mortifer would like to kill that lady now.
Let's hope we don't need to do that.
Mortifer should have thought about that before thinking about killing Mortifer.
And we'll head into the town.
I would say Mortifer's in a chaotic neutral mood today. He got to kill something yesterday.
Good.
So I think he's not quite ready to take out everyone he sees. He's just normally chaotic.
There was one of my old dungeon books or dungeon or dragon magazines, can't remember which one. There was like different types of vampire that you can be or vampire like templates or whatever. And one of them literally like you would start to go mad if you didn't just like kill things and like not just feast on, like you had to like kill things or whatever it was. It's one of those things like Mortifer's more or less giving himself that template where it's like, if I don't kill something, oh no, I'm confusing it. It was the ball spawn. one of the negative abilities you can have is
Oh.
being a ball spawn. If you had the murderer effect,
That makes
You
sense.
had- if you didn't kill somebody, you started taking like what 1d4 wisdom damage every day that you didn't kill
For
something.
those who don't know, Baal is an old god, part of Faerun. He is literally the god of murder.
Yeah.
That's
what was the god of murder. Yeah.
was correct.
Yeah. And ball spawn is he had a lot of
Yeah,
kids. Let's
he
just say,
foresaw his death, right? So he banked a ton of mortals
But
and had a bunch of children.
that's a whole video game series, book series, and
Yeah.
everything
We're all
else.
ball spawn if you think about it.
True enough. So
God.
going to town. Do we want to take? We skipped our first break, so I don't know if we want to skip our last break.
We're going to take a break right now. So
Okay.
as you guys go into town and to go meet with her, why don't we take this break?
Sounds good. All right, guys. We'll be back for the final hour in a few minutes. Don't go Hello. Let's go.
I was wondering if you were going to go into something else, or if that was just like
No, that was it.
Mike.exe is.
Yeah.
Matt.exe is trash.
Matt.has. I get called Matt Has a lot. Matthias happens a ton.
I'm not modded here, chat, so I can't ban
You're not
anybody who
modded?
laughed at my bad rolls.
How are you not modded?
Whoa, roll for Scott Balding. Hello. Let's be clear here. I ain't no Wade. There was a little gel in my hair earlier, so maybe it looks a little funky. But this ain't no Wade.
You're not balding. I rolled a 5.
Look at this 33-year-old scalp of sexy hair.
Look at this 30-year-old scalp. Oh, hey, look, you can see my scalp.
You know, balding happening here. I think I'm growing more hair.
Okay, you should be modded now. My bad. I didn't know you weren't modded. Yeah, I'm not bald. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm starting to get the Widow's Peak going.
Oh, dude. No.
Yeah.
Poor thing. It looks terrible. You look...
I'm just going to grow it long, man, and go full midlife crisis Chad mode. Man bun it.
I'm going to do a charity stream, and I'm just going to shave it all, and it's never coming back.
I'm about to be 33.
Me too, in 3 years.
All right.
Hey, at least you're older and you look younger. Whenever you're 18 and you look 15, it sucks. When you're 21 and look, that sucks. But now that you're like 33 and you look like you're fucking...
Hold on. When I was 18, I looked like 35.
You did.
And now I'm 33 and I look 35.
When I was 18, I looked like the goddamn Crypt Keeper. Now I look like one of those champions before we put the shit in their mouth.
I don't get the reference, but it makes me
Season 1, the champions. We put the shit in their mouth and then they're like de-mummified. They're like...
Oh, sorry. I was like, you're a Lost Initiative reference.
Here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Did you watch season 1, Scott?
I didn't actually. I'll be honest with you. I did not watch season 1.
Scott runs a campaign, and once they're done, he just kind of flushes it out of his head afterward.
That's not true. I hold on to if there's something I don't forget, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
That's true. What's chat asked? What's my bluff bonus? Plus 16.
Yeah.
And I can use a mythic point to either make it a natural 20 or make it indiscernible from the truth. They each have different bonuses.
My 18, I rolled a 16. I had no chance.
If I in that roll, if I had rolled a natural 1, you would have won by 1 point.
Okay.
So
let me know. Remind me never to go against your bluff again.
You'll never know. You'll never know. To you, I'll always tell you the truth. And honestly, other than that joke, Jack always tells Mortifer the truth. Genuinely.
That's true.
Okay. So we're going out to the town. We're going to see if things have gone haywire.
So you go looking for her, and she's sitting outside of the mines. Like literally has a chair, and she's sitting outside of the mines, and she has a like a clay jug next to her and a goblet on like an armrest. Not like it's a comfortable layback chair, but like a chair that has like an armrest to it. Clearly was brought out here. It's very much out of its element, sitting outside of the mines. As you guys are coming over, she just like pop the cap off of, it's almost like cork. Pop the cap off of the jug. She's refilling her thing, pops it back in. She's taking a glug as you kind of like come into her field of vision. And she'll
recognize Mortifer.
Yep. She's like, so, gonna take a seat.
Is there anything to sit on?
I don't know.
Sit on?
Scott? Is it just ground, Scott?
Oh, my apologies. I'm the DM. I'm not tired. So you look around, and honestly, there's ground. There's like equipment. There's racks. There's stuff like that. Not specifically chairs, but there is areas where you can sit and be comfortable.
Mortifer will look and then not sit.
I'll walk up to her and be like, "Oh, good to meet you, Jack."
She gets to make a saving throw.
That is correct.
What's the will save?
I need to look. No one of consequence? DC 10 plus your tier plus your charisma modifier. Will save.
So it's 14 plus what, 5?
My charisma modifier is a 4.
So 18. It's a wisdom, right?
Will save.
Will save, yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Of 18.
So you do that, and she looks at you, she's like, yeah?
Unfortunate.
How is this dumb lady so fucking...
Well, she rolled well.
Anybody can roll above that number without modifiers, and she may have a modifier.
Okay. I don't sit. There's nowhere to sit, so I just stand and lean against a wall.
Well, let's wait.
Oh, we're waiting to see people come out of the mines?
So she says, well, let's wait. And so you say what? For people to come out of, like, how do you respond to
No,
that?
that's fine. I'd be like, for people to come out of the mines?
Oh, yeah. I sent them all in. Full-scale operation. I mean, you were sent here from the city. They decided to take this problem, to heart. So they sent these big heroes that went in there and destroyed the beast and didn't just bring back a chunk of obsidian.
Jack
So
is not
full
big.
scale.
Mortifer is big.
Whatever. The two of you, I have your word. Everything's fine. So I sent the slaves down there. Work's happening. We're just getting things underway. Let's see if production comes into full swing.
When will we know?
Well, let's sit and wait and see what happens.
Mortifer does not like waiting. You should go look, and then come back and tell Mortifer he killed it.
She doesn't respond. Takes a swig of her goblet.
Jack Mortifer would like to throw her into the mines.
Yeah. You might get your chance.
He probably said that loud enough for her to hear.
Jack did not respond loud enough for her to hear.
So you guys, do you wait or no?
Sure.
An hour
He
passes.
waits. Mortifer will grumpily wait. He's not evil today, just chaotic.
A second hour passes.
Can we hear anything in the mines? Like,
No, it's way down below. A third hour passes. A fourth hour. A fifth. Finally coming around that sixth hour of sitting there. Luckily, you guys don't get hungry or thirsty or have to piss. Finally, around that 6 hour passing, all of a sudden, somebody comes running out of the mines. You go running out. Ah! And like as they come running out of the mines itself, they eventually literally just kind of like plop. They come running up halfway from the mine to where she's, I think, plops onto the ground. And you can see just the sheer number of like shards of obsidian that are outside of their back, sticking out of their back, is just ridiculous. Like somebody had almost like taken like a fully automatic obsidian shard shooting rifle and just out their back and just filled them with daggers.
It's not one creature then.
Perhaps he was betrayed.
No. My guess, and I just kind of muse out loud, if it's not just the one, a pack of them would be noticeable. Perhaps the caves themselves are alive and you're attempting to mine something that is living.
Either way, looks like you have a job to do, and I'll need your sack.
Sack, I'm sorry. I thought I only said one coin. Hang on, let me get that one coin for you. Perfect lie?
How does that read the phrasing to me of that one?
Sure.
Bastard.
You can post it.
Well, when telling a lie, you can expend one use of mythic power to make the lie indiscernible from the truth by both sense motive and magic. Obvious proof of your falsehood still reveals the lie for what it is, but in absence of proof, those who hear you lie believe it.
She's not a mythic person, so it automatically works. She's like, I thought it was... I'm pretty sure we agreed on the sack.
I guess that's why you're in charge of the mines and not a kingdom.
Mortifer will also
Her
be
face is like you could see that one stung. And it goes from like a surprise and a hurt to like a anger, furiousness. He snags the one copper plate out and says, "Get to work."
Mortifer would like that back when the work is done, to give to Jack.
I believe that's what she said anyway. Let's go, Mortifer.
Mortifer still because he's like, thought it was a sack. He's confused too.
All right. I guess we're going back into the fucking mines?
Well, they didn't make it any higher
No.
to the ceiling.
But when we walk past her, genuinely to Mortifer, I look, I'm like, I'm serious. It's possible that this area is not as it seems. If these
Are we
creatures,
in the belly of the beast?
perhaps, maybe not so literally, but it's not a bad way to think of it. Maybe this obsidian itself is contaminated in some way.
Can we inspect it at all, or can I like swing my hammer at the wall and see if we notice anything?
So you just take your hammer and you swing it. Ooh.
Like on obsidian, not just like on a random. If there's a obsidian.
Then you have to go into the mine first.
Yeah, well, we'll go. I imagine we'd have to do
Yeah.
that.
All right. Yeah. Let's go into the mine. Let's play around a little bit.
Yeah.
Takes a considerable amount of time, effort, etc. You get yourselves back into the mine and back to that area where you guys were beforehand. They did start construction down below, but they certainly didn't cart anything new back up. You come to the area. You come to the area where it broke off into 3 different directions. There's two of the areas still have the cart sitting above because you hadn't used them. And there's the one that's missing the cart is the one you had ridden it below. Do you go down the same path or do you try a different one instead?
I would probably defer to where Jack thinks we should go.
The thing is, I don't know where to go.
Can we tell which way they went?
So we're in the obsidian mine now. We're deep enough. We're in the obsidian mine where there's 3 tunnels. Why doesn't Mortifer just take a very hard swing at just the obsidian wall and just see what happens? We might as well just start doing base and Jack would say this out loud, like we might as well be doing some very basic like scientific method stuff, trial and error, see what works, see what doesn't, draw some conclusions and run some more tests. Hit the wall, Mortifer, hard.
I'm going to use display of strength here, so I'll use a mythic point. I'm going to get a plus 20 just to hit this thing as hard as I can. To see if I piss off the...
I mean, I don't think... That doesn't add 20 to your damage.
No, it adds 20
to your attack roll,
circumstance bonus to a strength-based skill check. I see it like I'm trying to crash... I don't feel like would this be like a gate crasher type thing where I'm trying to smash through a wall, Scott?
I would allow that to apply. Sure. And wait, before you make this roll, don't forget you do have feat of strength or whatever it's called.
I just use display of strength.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't hear you say that. Then if you...
That's what I'm using a mythic point to use display.
Okay, my apologies. Go ahead. And then it would count as gate crasher, giving you an additional +2.
Okay, so I've got a plus 22. I swear I thought I even had something else I could do, but maybe not. What am I rolling here? Just strength check, or am I rolling?
Yeah, it's a 1d20 plus your strength, whatever that is. What's that? A +5?
+6.
Sorry, +6. +2 for gate crasher is means +8. I believe you technically get +2 more for being large size, for breaking things. I'll double check that right now.
I usually do get a bonus for that. Is it 1d20 space plus, or is it 1d20 plus right away?
/roll 1d /roll space 1d20 and then no spaces after that.
Okay, plus 20 plus. Sorry, everybody. This is gonna take a second. +6.
Yep, as a large size person, you actually get +4. So +6, +2 for gate crasher, +4, +20. You're old shit.
But I got a 38.
38's not a super impressive amount when you're trying to smash into literally a mountain. You know what I mean? So, because a thing about DC 30 is to bend an iron bar, or to I believe DC 30 is also to break chains.
Yeah, but I imagine like these workers, they're slaves that are hitting the wall. If they're getting fucked up.
Oh, you could shatter obsidian.
I just want to see. Basically, we're not trying to like get anywhere. We're just trying to see if this pisses off the cave.
Okay, so you smash into the obsidian as hard as you can, not trying to mine it, but literally trying to just shatter it, shatter and destroy as much as possible. And you do. You shatter a considerable amount. Actually, breaking obsidian is not particularly difficult. And so you do shatter considerable amounts, but you wait and nothing happens.
Okay, I guess we keep going then. Is there still the remnants of the Minotaur that was there from
that
we
was
destroyed?
down the one tunnel.
That was in that one tunnel. If you choose to go down that tunnel,
Why don't we just check?
That one?
Why don't we go down that one and just check?
Okay, before we go down there, can we tell which way the workers went, which tunnel they mainly went down, or is it all of them, or?
You can. I mean, you try to roll survival to track that sort of a thing. You honestly have no clue.
Okay, then I just say we go down the tunnel we know we at least killed a creature in, and see if the pieces are still there at least.
Okay. Mortifer would follow.
You make your way down in the area, and you do find the area where you had fought the creature, because there's still some dust and whatnot behind of where you had broken it. But the shards of obsidian aren't, for the most part, aren't there exactly where they lay, because they are mostly inside of a cart surrounded by a few corpses.
And do they all have shards of? Do I need to roll something to?
Deep cuts inside of them. One of them literally having fingers severed from their hand by something that was very fine and sharp, but not things sticking out of the back of them like that other one did.
Here, I can roll medicine. Is it heal check to see if there's like burn marks like I had and stuff?
Sure, yeah, please.
Oh Jesus, dude!
Wow, that's sexy as fluff. Let me answer that question for you. One moment.
I just want to know if the same thing killed them that we kind of fought. To know if there's another one or if it's something else.
It does. It does actually have burn marks on some of their bodies. Absolutely. So the burn marks don't look the same as they did on you. Like the burn marks on you were almost like every time the thing punched you, it left behind like an area that was like burning, that like burned so much and eventually was so hot it caught flame. You know what I mean? This almost looks like the burning on them was like, how to describe it? It's like small little patches here and there and spread out, almost like a spray.
Which wouldn't have been their breath thing, right? Or would it have been?
Looking to Mortifer, say, hold your breath. From here on out, don't breathe. Walk over to the cart and like kind of take my bone short sword and just kind of prod it.
Okay. You prod into it. Nothing happens.
If we start moving it,
you like pushing the cart back up or further in?
No, back out.
Sure. You are moving the cart. No problems there.
I'm gonna take the cart out.
At least up to that center area where you guys had kind of like originally the branch.
Sure, just get it out of here.
As you guys are the shard to show us anything, if I were to grab one and like examine it, would I roll something to see if there's anything weird about it?
I mean, honestly, you examined it yesterday and didn't see anything weird then.
Oh, did we roll to examine it? I don't remember that.
It's scientific in a weird way. I would take one of these shards and cut Mortifer. Not like a deep gouge, but just like and just see if he burns, anything weird happens beyond just a cut.
Okay, you take that and you cut Mortifer.
Yeah, like, Mortifer, come here and just kind of give me your arm, and I just on your bicep or whatever. Just
without even a flinch or anything, you cut Mortifer. He watches. You see blood pool and trickle and fall, but no burning sensation.
Okay. Push it out of here.
Should I take away a hit point or anything for that?
Nah.
It's a superficial cut. Okay.
I mean, yes.
We'll move it out.
He actually had to do 6 points of damage to you. 5 to overcome your temp HP.
I thought you were gonna be that kind of dick that was like, well, roll to see if you cut where you want, or if you actually cut an artery and.
You actually cut off his ball sack.
Nice. So push it back to the area. Go back down that tunnel, and I would want Mortifer to hit one of the walls here instead. The deeper we go, just keep trying to crack the walls. I want to see if this.
So you're not going back out.
Well, bring the cart.
Okay. So then let me do what I was going to do before we started cutting.
Sure.
So as you guys start walking out with the cart, could you guys roll me a perception check? Whoever's pushing the cart, is that Mortifer?
It must be Mortifer. He's got a.
Well, because Mortifer's kind of hunched over, so I suppose he'd be like the whole leaning on a shopping cart while you walk. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like elbow leaning. So he's kind of like leaning on it with his hands and pushing it. Roll me perception checks.
Both of us, or just Mortifer?
Both of you.
Okay. What a roll, dude. Not so great. 10.
Okay, so as you guys are walking along, you can't hear anything with the squeaking of the car, or say like the grind of the car, because again, it's like wheels. So it's steel, stone wheels against like stone track.
There you go.
Because they don't have a lot of metal and whatnot to work with down here, right?
Right.
So you're hearing a lot of like grinding and scraping and rolling as the thing is being pushed along. So you hear nothing, Jack. Mortifer, however, you hear something strange indeed. It almost sounds like scratching. Lots. It's very far and very faint at first, but it's growing closer.
Can I tell which direction?
And lots of scratching behind you. So now further deeper into the cave, because your back is to that as you're trying to get to the more shallow area of the cave to leave it. So lots of scratching. It's almost scratching, so it almost sounds like a buzzing noise. It's rhythmic, and it's at first it feels like it's rhythmic, just flat rhythmic. Then you realize it's more rhythmic, not because it actually is, but simply because there's so much of it, it makes a rhythm.
Something's approaching from behind, Jack, and he'll like move you, and I think he'll shove the cart back down,
like towards it.
Like, yeah, hoping to hit whatever it is that's coming up.
It's funny. Should have set the cart on fire first. Then. Yeah.
So
anyways,
yeah,
let's obsidian in it. Was there anything flammable on it?
Let's see what the hell this is.
Well, hopefully I just hit it with a cart.
You just let it.
So you shove the cart and it goes, squeak, 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 or rolling down as far as you can.
I thought we were going up a hill. Is it flat?
Well, it's mostly flat. It's like a slight decline, because you're,
I was hoping it was an Indiana Jones, like, woo!
No. You already did that ride earlier. So you guys are making your way back. You roll the cart towards it, and you kind of turn to regard this
I don't
thing.
know if I would have rolled the cart if it's just flat. It's like, what's that going to do?
Well, you can roll pretty far.
I guess that's true. Do I need to roll something to see how hard?
No, you're fine. You throw it pretty far. So you guys kind of brace yourselves, same as last time, seeing what's coming.
Yeah.
It's getting louder and louder. The scratching noise, scratching so much it sounds like a buzzing. It almost gets like irritating for your ears. It gets hard to hear each other as it gets louder and louder coming towards you. Until finally it comes into sight. Because again, Mortifer, you see it first. You can see 60 feet out into darkness. Jack, you have to like squint your eyes to barely see 40 feet out before finally it comes there. So Mortifer, you seeing it first. All of a sudden you see a bunch of small little obsidian shards coming at you, but not like flying through the air like somebody threw them. Flying through the air as though they have wings made out of obsidian too. A whole swarm of obsidian shards flying with obsidian sharded wings, buzzing and flying at you as fast as possibly can be.
Yeah, they broke
Both
into
you guys
some...
can roll me a initiative. And Mike, go ahead.
They definitely cracked into some sort of fucking weird nest. I'm still not fully convinced this thing isn't like just maybe this cave is like alive and this is its weird way of trying to eject everything inside of it that's causing it problems, but 13. Oh boy. Yay, swarms.
Why is it when one of us rolls 7, we both roll 7? Is it because of me?
I guess so.
Let me add my
Do you want another rage potion?
If you gave Mortifer one, he would take it. I don't know if it'll help against these things or not. I don't know what fighting a swarm.
Swarms. Mechanically speaking, they operate as one creature. It's just as you're doing damage, you're killing little bunches of them here and there.
Gotcha.
So funny enough, I actually rolled a natural 7 as well. I think we all rolled 7s.
777.
Hey,
That's hilarious.
We win. The fight's over.
Did I have time? Well, you put us into initiative, so I probably didn't have time to cast Vigor.
So
that's not bad.
Well, I mean, you could have cast Vigor while it was swarming towards you.
Whenever it was like coming up, I didn't say it.
You didn't say it. You didn't say it. So.
I wonder if this thing is.
All right, you're sassy. I'm taking it.
I wonder if this thing is like sentient.
Something is.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm wondering if what's being sent out is just a piece of a bigger creature. Like, it keeps sending out.
The first thing was a Minotaur in shape. This is just a swarm
more of like obsidian bats is in what I'm picturing in my mind.
Or something's casting a magic that uses the obsidian to form into different things.
I guess on my turn, since I go first, I'll hand you a rage potion just in case you want to use it. It's up to you. And in all the languages I can muster, I will just shout, "We come in peace. If these miners are killing you, we will put a stop to it. We promise." And I say that in Common, Draji, Dwarven, Elven, Ramish, Tyrian, and Urkite.
Gotcha. So you do that, and you.
I imagine nothing will happen, but it's an off chance.
Nothing happens. Now, usually speaking is a free action.
Yeah.
But the sheer volume of the words that you're saying and all those different languages.
Yeah, it takes my turn, I figure.
Exactly. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I expected me doing that was going to eat my turn, which is okay.
Mortifer, it's about 40 feet away from you, same as before. It's like once Jack could see it, he quickly processes what's going on and just starts like shouting at it. Now it's your turn.
All right. If it's 40 feet away, I'm assuming I couldn't really tell how fast it was. Is there something I could roll to determine how fast I think it was moving, or is that my action if I do that?
How fast it was moving? I mean, about the same speed as a person. You know what I mean? Like 30-foot speed.
Okay, so I could technically like kind of pass my turn, but prepare an action so I could swing when it gets into range, prepare an attack that way.
Yeah. Same as You just kind of like a standard action, prepare to attack when it gets into your range. Yep.
Is it a swift? What's taking a potion? What's that?
That bonus action to swig a potion, or
It's actually a standard action to swing a potion. It's your action.
Okay.
So if you wanted to drink a potion, you have to do that instead of preparing your.
Do all your other buffs first.
I've got vigor up.
What else do you need?
I can't really enlarge here because I'm already cramped in.
Why don't you just... Yeah, I mean, you can wait. You don't even have to drink it, man.
That's true. It does take away my AC to use it, so.
Mm-hmm. It just it feels like it's really useful on like big one-on-one fights where you just want to take
I'll hold off
swings.
for now, and I'll just prepare my action to attack whenever it gets in range.
Okay, perfect. And so it is going to be, flying up, coming at you because you prepared your action. And it is going to literally, you first. You get to attack it first.
Okay, I just wanted to read something real quick. Sudden attack I don't have to do on my turn. It says a swift action, right? So can I do both?
Swift actions have to be on your turn.
All right, so I just want to make my attack.
Immediate actions are on your not turn.
Okay. Am I getting a penalty for this? Am I in a cramped space again?
Yes. Oh!
I'll take it.
I saw 20, but it was the 18 you got. Oh.
That's always the lower number. It's always.
It's just because it was right behind my turn order thing. So I looked down, I was like, why isn't it? Oh, I get it.
For my own
By the way,
sanity,
and that's still the -4, but you didn't give yourself any pluses, right? So it's just that's a 24, correct?
Yeah.
24 is going to hit the swarm.
Hurt
All
the
right.
swarm. Kill the swarm.
23.
You do incredible. You swing your hammer, and you crush a whole bunch of these little insect-like, obsidian bug things, which does absolutely nothing whatsoever. There's hundreds of them, maybe thousands of them, continue to swarm past you, swinging your hammer this way and that, and start to swarm around you, completely swarming you. These creatures don't technically attack you because they don't have an attack, but instead you're just inside of their swarm. And in being inside of their swarm, you immediately just start to take damage, which is 5 points of damage. Mathis, that's you as well.
Yeah, I figured.
As it swarms around both of you guys, slashing and cutting and stabbing at all of you. However, as it slashes and cuts and stabs at all of you, you also have to make a reflex saving throw.
To not get, like, pinned.
Mm-hmm.
We both rolled a 1!
That's amazing.
This is
and
weird.
just to keep it going,
Roll 20.
Mortimer,
What are you doing?
could you also roll me a fortitude saving throw? Oh, actually, I think Mike fortitude saving throw as well.
Sure.
At least that one was good.
Don't worry about it then. So with your failed reflex saving throw, both of you also take fire damage. It's a total of 10 points of damage as the things swarm you, and all of a sudden your clothing and whatnot erupt into fire.
That's annoying.
Mortimer does not like fighting little stone insect things, Jack.
I really don't know what we can do against this.
I don't know either.
Other than just swing and hope you kill it at some point.
Well, if I didn't do anything with that first hit, I don't know how much hit points this swarm has.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at my shit right now. I'm just trying to figure something out.
You're perfectly fine. Your first time in this campaign having to deal with swarms. Mike hasn't dealt with swarms in real life years, and Wade literally never has.
Yeah.
And Jack is not built to deal with swarms, so. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe doing sandstone, the softening stone thing on the swarm and hit as many of them as I possibly can and see what that does.
Find out.
Yeah, it's my turn, so I'll do it. What do you want me to do?
So the way swarms actually work is if you so not the first turn that it gets into you, if you start your turn inside of the swarm, if that's where you start your turn, then you take 3d6 damage. So you can take a little bit more damage as you just happen to start your turn within its area. 12 more points of damage against you, Jack.
Okay. Can I move out of it and then spray him?
Absolutely, you're welcome to do so.
Okay.
There's no attacks or opportunity or anything like that from a swarm, so you can easily move out.
Do you want me to attack roll? Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
And moving through a swarm is at half speed, but you can still make your way out.
Sure.
Another detail about being inside of a swarm is, technically speaking, you have to make a saving throw or gain the nauseated condition. It's a fortitude saving throw. If you can make that for me.
Sure.
Because you start your turn there.
Sweet. Nat 20.
So that's sexy as fluff. So you're actually good to go. You back out. You're not nauseated. You can get out of there, so on and so forth. So you back out. You grab your thing. You're all like cuts everywhere and so on and so forth. This is literally, I think, more damage you've ever taken in this campaign.
Probably.
And spray it at the swarm. Make me a caster level check, sir.
Oh yeah, caster level. That's what we did. That's right.
Scott, what's my ability called when I'm maintaining psionic focus?
Sonic focus?
No, but I have something with my...
Yeah, I think it's survivor or something like that. What are you looking for?
I forget what the thing does. If it boosts...
DR2?
No, there's something else. It's the path, the survivor thing. It's a bonus when you're maintaining psionic focus. It's a word that I forget the name of. There's a greater version of it, but I've never actually...
Oh, metal. As for fortitude saves and will saves. You expend your psionic focus, I believe, to utilize that ability, though. It's the active version of it. When you maintain it, you
I
have
just trying to
damage.
remember if it was anything that'd be useful or not. Just I'm trying to think outside the box about everything I've got.
I would say no, not right now.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either. I just didn't remember what it was or what it did.
It's useful against things like Finger of Death.
Well, I'm not getting fingered right now, so I think I'm okay.
So, Mike, you easily, spray it. The whole swarm starts, like, as it's kind of getting goopy and trippy and whatnot, the whole swarm starts to move slowly. But that doesn't change the fact that they're still damaging, so on and so forth. They're just going to lose the ability to cause a nauseated condition.
Okay.
And the ability to cause distraction. But they're still going to do damage. Instead of 3d6 at the beginning of each turn, 2d6.
What happens when a swarm attacks a swarm?
I suppose the greatest swarm survives.
They either mate or they fight.
All right, well, that's my turn. So
That brings us to Mortifer.
Well, Mortifer's not, unless Jack says something to Mortifer, he's just going to keep swinging because he doesn't know what to do to fight a swarm.
Yeah, no, keep swinging.
So we're going to swing to attack again.
A headache in like the tiniest spot of my head. It's like right here.
Go eat a bunch of ice cream real quick.
Hell no. I don't have any ice cream, A. But B, why would I eat a bunch of ice cream?
Give yourself a brain freeze.
I'm going to use a point to give myself
another headache?
Yeah, to get rid of the headache. You give yourself a nasty brain freeze.
And it's just like a rush of like...
Yeah,
okay.
Feels good. Feels great.
Endorphins or something. That makes sense.
There's other things too, like your dominant hand's your right hand, so there's actually a nerve like right in here that really hurts if you squeeze it. If you actually massage that the correct pattern, that can also help to alleviate headaches like that. That nerve, but
I did not expect it to hurt that hard. I was like, where is it? Found it.
Yeah.
Ow.
No.
Mortifer's doing some math.
So this gets a +1, I guess, overall. It's a +5, but taking out the -4. Whatever this is, +1, I think.
Okay, perfect.
So 23.
23, you absolutely hit the swarm. You catch a whole bunch of these insects-like obsidian things in the swarm. And you smash a bunch of them, which is effectively nothing because of the fact that there's hundreds, if not thousands of them, and you smashed 15 of them underneath the
doing
thing.
42 damage, or whatever I've done so far. What was the first one?
You don't think you're harming it at all.
Jack, I do not seem to be doing anything.
And don't forget to take your 2d6 damage at the start of your turn. So I'll roll that for you right now. Whopping 5.
I mean, we can run. We can retreat. I genuinely don't like. This is hey, you found Jack's weakness. I genuinely don't have much I can do here.
I'm assuming Boots of Stomping wouldn't affect a flying swarm.
I think I hit poor Ollie with a swarm last season. When you guys stormed that temple, I think somebody summoned a swarm on Ollie.
Well, that's what he says to you, and he won't. I mean, that's his
Yeah,
turn.
I'm looking. I'm just trying to figure something out. But I'm kind of my options are limited out of, in combat. Yeah, I guess I would just say either keep fighting or retreat. Those are our only two options.
Mortifer does not have a retreat.
Then keep fighting. But if you feel like you're gonna die, get out.
That would be retreating. Mortifer should retreat. He's like confused right now, so he's trying to think through it.
Mortifer, this is gonna sound weird, but you're in charge in this situation.
Mortifer is in charge, yes. Well, if Mortifer doesn't retreat, Jack may not retreat.
Why don't we give it another turn, see what happens?
It's now the swarm's turn. Now, the swarm is
okay.
very, very, very large. It's very large. It's Mortifer stays.
Okay.
So it's a very, very, very large swarm. So large that even though Jack had backed up, it's able to stretch itself the long way because it doesn't have to be like continuous squares in the typical sense that you would imagine a huge ice creature is. It can actually stretch itself one square, one square, one square, one square, one square, as long as they're all connected, snaking itself. So it snakes itself to stretch out to hit Mortifer and Jack simultaneously. Perhaps if you guys moved even further apart, it wouldn't be able to do that. But for now, it can. Meaning that as soon as it re-engulfs Jack in its swarminess, it's going to deal. Again, one die less than last time, so only 1d6. Also, by the way, Mortifer and Jack, I forgot. Both of you are supposed to start your turn on fire, right? Both of you failed that save. You're also both supposed to take fire damage that round. So,
okay.
My apologies. Jack, you're taking that slashing. At the start of your turn, Jack, last time, you took 1. Start of your turn last time, Wade, you took 4.
Okay.
That was fire.
Got it.
So, it does that. It kind of like stretches itself out spindly. So Jack's back inside the swarm, if barely, and Wade is still inside it as well. That is its turn. Jack, it's your turn.
I'm gonna down Potion of Invisibility and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So imagine you try to back out first.
Yep.
It's moving so slow that once again, distraction ability and nauseate ability no longer exist. So you easily back out of it.
Okay.
So you back out and you
Yep.
All right, and you GTFO.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Is he running? Jack's running?
You see me down
You
a
see me
potion and
back
I
out
disappear.
Yep.
You've seen me do that before. Usually you know
Yeah,
what that happens.
I think he's just determining whether or not you're fleeing or not. Let me roll another wisdom check. All right, I think he thinks if you're disappearing, that means you're trying to avoid the fight. So he thinks it's probably smart enough to retreat now if he thinks he's not going to do anything. So, unless Scott, you think a wisdom check that high would tell him to stay, I think that would tell him to leave.
So, yep, that's perfectly fine. Jack, because you started your turn inside of the swarm, you would have also taken your 2d6 from the swarm plus your 1d6 from fire. So I'm just going to, because you don't have any resistances.
Yeah, just do it all at once.
You took this damage.
That's not too bad. Okay.
Thank you. And then you got out, drank your potion. Mortifer, same exact thing applies to you. You take this damage, and then you can, again, unless you can think of otherwise, feel free to back off. You think that if you continue just swinging and killing a couple bugs at a time, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. He's very, very frustrated, but thankfully he didn't start the day off in chaotic evil, so he has some more control over himself.
Well,
so yeah, I think he's going to retreat.
Looks like we're not meeting with the Sorcerer King, and this place is good luck.
Oh, we're coming back.
Nope. Good luck. Let them all die.
Bigger weapons are needed.
Yeah. Magic is needed, which this world lacks since a great number. Get the hell out. I leave invisible. That's the plan. Get out invisibly, wait, and then wait outside for Mortifer.
Okay. So Mortifer, you see that he was backing obviously towards the
I'm gonna retreat, but I want to watch. Like as I'm retreating, I want to make sure I'm paying attention to what the creature's following, and if it breaks off at some point, I want to turn around and watch where it goes.
It definitely is following. There's no doubt in your mind it is following after you. Okay. And so as you're like trying to retreat, it is following. Now, what is your speed, Mortifer?
20 right now.
Its speed is 30, which means you can't outpace this thing. Except I don't think yeah, that's right, because you move slow. So you literally are going to lack the capacity to retreat. So this is actually like a truly dangerous scenario for you. So he's retreating, and Mortifer's trying to run. And Mortifer's first round trying to run you. So if he backs out that round, like you said, you re-enter its area, but you're still on fire. So you take this damage. Then the next round, obviously, like you start your turn inside of it, and you take, this dip. Oh, sorry, one less than that. So take away 3, so another 8 points of damage. But then it becomes this thing where it's like literally ticking you down. It's starting to harm you more and more and more. We're just gonna play out one more round. You know what I mean? Just for mean's sake. Followed by.
This is all on Mortifer.
14. This is all Mortifer because you're easily able to outpace this thing. You can double move. You can run if you want to. Mortifer can't. His double move is sad. And he can't run. He's getting tight in here.
He's getting chipped at. It's not that bad.
He's getting chipped at, but Mortifer has no means of harming the thing. And so eventually, I don't know if Mortifer would call to Jack, or if he would just take it and keep running.
I think he would yell out because he doesn't even know where Jack's at. He might think Jack's in here too.
All right. He stays engulfed the entire time.
I can only move if I double move.
Moves out. It moves.
It moves 30 and can attack. So.
Okay. I guess I'd try to get back in and get you my other potion invisibility, and hopefully that'll be enough for you to get out of there.
Okay, I would take it if he hands it to me.
Okay, so it's one of those things where you call it for Jack. Jack has to wheel around to come back to you. Another 2 rounds pass. So this is per round. I realistically should. Whoa. Did I just roll 4 times for you guys?
Nope.
Only rolled twice? Okay, so I glitched on my end. Realistically, I should just roll 4 for 2 more rounds. So that's another 15, followed by another. Wow, that was a sad one. Followed by another 8 that Mortifer ends up taking before he finally gives you a potion of invisibility. So you grab this potion, the big super. You turn invisible, and so the swarm is not actively attacking you anymore, but it is still buzzing in the area that you're in. And so you guys keep running, and the swarm is kind of like moving with you, because as long as you stay in the area, it can feel you to hit you, right? So then, Jack, you can easily move out of the way. It won't know where you are. What tactic do you use, Mortifer, to not stay in its field as it's moving and finding you because it's cutting you and feeling you?
There's not much I can do if I've got to crawl on all 4s. I don't have.
Well, you crouch running at the moment, but yeah.
I imagine he would just be holding his hammer behind him and occasionally like swinging it around, trying to bat them just away from him as he moves, hoping to either hurt them a little bit on the way or really just keep them off of him, because he's realizing like he's been smashing and smashing, but there's nothing to land on, so he doesn't even know if he's taken one of these little things out, much less many of them. So right now it's just a matter of trying to beat them away from him with his hammer and just move as fast as he can, which isn't very fast.
So attacking them would cancel the effect. Kind of funny. I was going to say, but chat literally said it first.
It's not a direct attack. It's more so just like.
But it is an aggressive action, which ends in invisibility.
Then I guess I would end it.
Okay, so you would use that tactic, because you actually know the confines of invisibility. You know how it works.
If I know how it works, then I wouldn't want to end it, so I wouldn't attack.
Okay, so because if you continue rushing forward, this thing, what?
Has Mortifer been invisible before? What do you know?
Yeah. And also, you've seen it done a bunch of times, and so on and so forth. Mortifer's dumb, but he's seen it enough.
I didn't know if I would understand it.
At some point, since Jack would have, you would have become invisible, he would have at least tried to give you like a layman's explanation of how it works. Something that's simple for you to grasp, but also enact on.
Yeah, there's not much I can do here unless I can empathic transfer hostile onto this swarm, but that would also be an attack.
We just got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So empathic transfer. Do me a favor. Tell me what that targets. Empathic transfer hostile. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can try to look that up.
It's just a touch attack.
Yeah, I know, but I gotta see something. Just misspelled every word in that Google search.
Here I can pop it in the.
No, it's fine. You don't have to. 5 PowerPoints. That's why. I knew there was something that you can do, but unfortunately, you lack the capacity to do it. So you could try to touch, but the problem is, well, yeah. Why don't you do that? So you literally try to do that. You expend your PowerPoints, so you reach out and you try to grab this thing. You do grab one little bug, and you like crush it in your hand.
Yeah, because I can't do part 2, right?
Which, by the way, this will, of course, end your invisibility.
Yeah, but I can't even use the second spot.
You can't do either of those abilities because you can't spend more than 7 PowerPoints at a time.
Yeah, and I need 11 for that one.
Yeah. So so you grab a bug and you crush it in your hand and it dies. Cuts your hand in the interim because it's sharpens obsidian. But unfortunately, you can't target a swarm with an attack that targets only one creature. So you spend the PowerPoints, all 5 of them, but to no effect, and do not heal. I'm gonna have to hit you with another one. Sorry, Wade. Oof, that was a big one. 17.
What are you at, Wade?
34.
Okay.
That thing's eaten through.
But he still has a ways to run in the crawling space and then pull himself through space. It's a long distance.
These are about 3/4 of my health, including the temporary hit points at this point. Chunks of 17 and such. Does that include the fire? Yeah. Okay.
That's included the fact that you're running, so it's slowing. It's reducing the amount and the fact that it's slowed. But that slowing, you can notice that, just so you know, they're starting to buzz a little bit faster now. Not fast enough yet, but they're starting to buzz a little faster.
But they're still following us all the way up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta get out, man. That's all we gotta do. Just gotta get out.
I'm going to use my last bit of vigor, or my last bit of hit points to vigor up one more time, and just do a regular move for 1 turn, I guess. So I feel like it's worth getting those 45 hit points back. So that does it for my PowerPoints. And then I'm going to keep moving, just running out.
Okay. And so it continues ticking away at you as you're trying to run out. Continues pecking away at all your goddamn health. Because unfortunately, it's able to do this every round. And every round you make distance, don't get me wrong. But how much could you really make in so many rounds? And so another, let's say 30 seconds or so later of that running, which includes those 5 rolls that you just saw me do.
Hit points now.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you guys are finally back up to the area where it broke off into the 3 tunnels. You're finally back to the area where it's like the area where you can kind of stand, where you can kind of like have the full width. You don't have to take any penalties here anymore. But of course, we're about to get into the area where it's the tightest, where it's the hardest to get through, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you're finally in this area. And as you come running up, and Jack's, staying nearby, but also, because he doesn't want to leave you in the dust, but still ahead of you. Jack, you see it first. As you come running up the tunnel, you see that there's another person that's standing inside the tunnel near you who turns to regard you guys as you're coming. And then you're invisible, so they don't see you, but you see them. And then Mortimer come running up behind. But then all of this swarm, all of these things coming behind you, surrounding you. The person just says one word as they knock an arrow, draw it back, and fire. Duck. They release the arrow. It comes flying towards the swarm. As it comes towards the swarm, it seems to be building a certain amount of kinetic energy behind every inch it moves. It builds more and more and more kinetic energy. And you literally hear the word duck. Mortimer, of course, throws himself to the ground as that arrow connects with the first of the swarm. And there's a huge explosion. dealing an incredible amounts of like just force damage and explosive damage to the entire area. Of course, Matt smashing poor Mortifer and throwing him back to his side and whatnot as well. But the whole swarm is just sent buzzing and flying in every different direction, shattering off into just small little patches of a few other little bits of swarms here and there. Mortifer, unfortunately, from the area that he takes from it, takes another sad 2d6 damage from the
that's half my health.
from that. But here, why don't we?
I wonder we'll meet who that particular person is next session then. I wonder who it could be. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and watching this episode of Dark Sun, week 2 of season 3. Appreciate you dealing with our sleepiness and our sexual jokage, because that's all we were filled with tonight for some reason. And we really got to go around. Wade, tell people who you are.
We'll go around the Wade.
Yeah, go Wade.
Hey, I'm Wade.
Cool, thank you. All right, guys. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, just kidding.
All right.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I don't care. You guys know I do YouTube, I do Twitch, whatever. The important information here is there is a preview event for a convention I'm helping build here in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hell yeah.
Next year is the big convention. This year is a preview event of an esports, like an amateur esports convention we're building at Kings Island, which is a theme park owned by Cedar Parks. So if you guys have heard of Cedar Point, where they've got all the crazy roller coasters up in northern Ohio, they own Kings Island and like 12 other parks, and they're hosting, allowing us to put our convention on at their theme park. So there is an entry fee. It's like $40 or $70 or something for a 2-day pass that gets you into the theme park, and then Pivot is free inside. We can't allow people to come into the theme park for free. Kings Island was like, no. So the theme park rules apply, but if you go to www.pivot.com, which I might be able to post that link now that I'm on.
Yeah, do it. Do it up.
Maybe. I don't know if we should let them, though.
If you guys go there, check it out. I know Markiplier, Bob's going to be there. My friend Bob Myskirm. I'm going to be there. Pat and Tyler, who are here on Wednesday.
I know those ones.
Yeah, we know them.
Well, Tyler may not. Actually, Tyler's going to be, he's got an event going on with you around that time, Scott.
Oh, that's right. That's right. No, he's not.
Tyler,
What are you talking about? What? No.
Will be there. Gar, JP, a whole lot of our friends will be there. So come check it out if you can. If you're in the area, or if you want to make the trip out, we're gonna have like a little panel with Mark and Bob, and I will do like a signing. We'll be wandering around the park and so on. But roller coasters, theme park stuff, all the things Kings Island has to offer. You go to Kings Island. I don't know if that's kingsisland.com. You can Google Kings Island, check out their rides and stuff. Check out what we're offering at Pivot, the different tournaments and stuff we're doing. If you're interested, you could enter some of those. And hopefully, the more support we get this year, the bigger and better the convention we can actually put on next year. So that's my spiel with Pivot. Now I'll shut up.
That's awesome. Hopefully we can go next year. I can swing out there next year.
That'd be cool. You guys are more than welcome.
Dope. Scott, you got anything sweet going on this week?
Yeah, I'm actually about, as soon as this ends, I'm going to do a quick little stream live over on my channel. I'm trying to make a little sub push because I'm getting a bunch of artwork for all my new emotes done. So I'm trying to hit the threshold to be able to unlock the last emote that an affiliate can. So I'm trying to get to that sub count that allows you to unlock. I'm at. We're allowed to talk about sub count.
We know how many. Yeah, people do cool. Counters.
So I'm at 31 out of 50. So 19 more subs. We'll unlock it. It won't unlock until May, but as soon as the art's up, I'm gonna post them all up there for everybody.
Dope.
So I just need 19 more. If I can get them all by the end of the month, otherwise it resets. Then woohoo! I can actually get it. So awesome. I'm gonna do a little stream and
get 19 more subs, everybody.
Yeah, go support our boy.
Twitch.tv/Derek.
Perfect.
Tweet it out, Scott. Make sure you guys retweet.
Yeah.
Retweet you.
Yeah.
And that's it for us. Otherwise, next.
One funny one. Wow. Wow.
Next Dark Sun episode, Scott. It's my birthday, so I want some horrendous female that wants nothing but to marry me, but Jack wants nothing to do with her. I expect it.
So you want Trini 2 on Wade? Gotcha.
Right. That honestly,
fucker.
That would be the best birthday present. If Wade,
no, he doesn't get a good one if I get a bad one. Why do we get 2 bad ones?
Because for some reason, when we're all together, Scott takes his weird negativity and puts it to you instead of me. And it's really nice after 18 years.
It's not nice after a year and a half.
Oh boy.
Has it been that long, Wade? Jesus Christ.
Have we? Wait, have we really been playing D&D together for a year?
I don't think so. I think it's been like 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
He just thinks he's more important than he is.
I'm gonna go look.
I have had so many Scots in my life. I don't need more.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. I gotta look though. Hang on.
When was the first? Was it Star Wars? Our first one? Yeah.
Holy crap! It has been a year. It was a year. A week and a half ago.
So you guys thought it was 6 months. I thought it was a year and a half. We'll meet right in the middle. A year. There
We've
both wrong.
been playing D&D for a year. Sweet. Well, as always, if you guys enjoyed the show and you want to watch it,
Is that coming? My contract's over. Can I go?
There was a contract?
Listen, Scott. Of course, there was a contract.
Am I still bound?
Yep, you're bound by the
You
contract.
guys will release. You'll send me the documents you have.
You have to
on
read the
right?
fine print on page 117, paragraph 3, section C. Anyway, while he does that, thank you guys for watching. If you missed it and you want to catch it right away, if you're a sub, you can watch it immediately after here as a VOD. If not, it'll be up available for free to watch over at YouTube in 24 to 48 hours. We will be back. Are we back next Wednesday for regular show? I can't remember.
It's on the paragraph.
Yeah, I know you did. But either way, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.
And I expect those pictures. Going live.